Welcome, everybody, to the Tournament of Champions 2023 live at the KCI Expo Center in Kansas City, Missouri. I'm Sean Green, joined by the gambler himself, Mr. Danny Baggish. Danny, it is an absolute honor and pleasure to have you here with us this entire week.
I appreciate it. This is going to be an unbelievable experience. Thank you guys for having me. I'm looking forward to it, and what a venue.
Oh, dude, the setup here is second to none.
I believe it. When I walked in, I got chills. It doesn't happen often, but this is going to be an unbelievable experience.
Yeah, I cannot wait. It's going to be a great 5 days. We have some top storylines here that we're going to talk about real quick. First of all, $1.9 million being given away to our players this week.
Say it one more time, Sean, just in case they didn't hear you.
$1.9 million.
Yeah, $1.9 million. If that doesn't get you excited to wake up every morning just to throw darts, to throw this beautiful game.
With everything that you've done in your career, have you ever played for $1.9 million?
No, right? Maybe Ali Pally, you know, $1 million, 500,000 UK. But
when you played, it was like 750.
Yeah, exactly. And I was chasing it. But no, 1.9 million for darts in the United States is a feat.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's great.
And they run the tournament so perfectly. We have some great events. We have fantastic players here, and we're going to talk about that. We got the men's CSI, one of our favorite tournaments. It's singles, it's cricket, it's everything we do with the CSC Challenger Series on a brand new scale. Last year's champion, Jules Van Doggen, has not been talked about very much. Everyone who watches the CSC Challenger Series, it's all about Mike Maloney, who is just really good online,
right.
Jeremiah Millar, Rick Hensey, of course Leonard Gates. But there's someone that everyone should be talking about, right?
You're right. Mike Maloney, obviously, he's won, I believe, the past two online events.
Yes.
And Leonard Gates is always to be reckoned with when he's on the board. Rick Hensey, Jeremiah Millar, and so forth. But Jules Van Doggen is playing some unbelievable darts right now. So I don't know how he can't be a hands-down favorite going into this event.
Yeah, I think you look at the bracket for the CSI, he's at the top of the bracket. You have Leonard and Mike Maloney in the bottom half of that bracket. Jules might have a pretty clear run to the finals there, and it's really kind of a iron sharpen iron in the bottom half of that bracket.
Yeah, you know, it's a tough bracket, but you're absolutely right. You don't want to see, when you look at a bracket, you know, you look for the top players, and no disrespect to anyone, but most of them are at the bottom of the bracket. And with Jules at the top, it's going to be an unbelievable run for him, in my opinion, and I don't see him not making it to the finals.
Yeah, I mean, second round matchup, Leonard Gates versus Mike Maloney, if they both win their first round. How crazy is that?
I love it. I love it. You know, people argue for it to be seeded, but I argue the other end. I believe they have it right. I believe it creates a Cinderella story for some.
Yep.
When you do have those matchups, especially so early. I don't love it for the losers bracket or the triple elimination and so forth, but yeah, what a second round match that's going to be. It is in person, so it's a little bit more even.
Yeah, there you go. Buddy, we also have today, right? Well, we have the women's CSI. Let's talk about that real quick. Chrissy Grimmel is trying to go for 3 wins in the CSI event. She's a dominant force.
She is a dominant force. A Floridian of mine. She's been an unbelievable player for a long time. Yep. And once again, just like Mike, you know, playing so well, and Jules a favorite going into. There's no reason why Chrissy's not a favorite.
No, absolutely. And you almost picked for both of them to repeat, right?
Well, yeah.
As the gambler. If you're the gambler,
if you're asking
what's
me right
the money
now,
going on?
Yeah. If you ask me right now, I don't shy away from picks as we know from previous events. Yeah, I'm putting my money on Chrissy Grimmel and Jules Van Doggen to repeat.
All right. Well, you heard to hear from the expert that we have this week with us. Thankfully, we have an expert this week with us for the first time ever. Buddy, we have today a fantastic start to the event. There's no real big events like the CSI, the TOC finale, but we have triples in the morning, which is always fun. You got no cap. There's actually 12 divisions total, 16 teams per division in this event. It's going to be a fun day to start off with.
Yeah, something I've never seen, an open triples, and so you know you have some great teams out there that are in Division I, but they're also as low as Division 12. You said
12,
right?
Yep.
Division 12. I mean, no matter what division you're in, you're playing for something prestigious. So it's going to be good for everyone.
Yeah, and it's opening tournament of the entire TOC. Everyone's going to have nerves coming into this. It really kind of sets the tone for the weekend, right? If you're throwing really well and you show up to this first event and you do poorly, now all of a sudden you're like, uh-oh, this could be a bad weekend.
Yes, yeah, it does play into a role and into your mind, and this is a mental game. So you want to come out, you want to just have fun. Come out, have fun, play well, and see what the rest of the weekends. But I was nervous coming in commentating, so I can't imagine how all these players are feeling.
Yeah, listen, I was nervous. I'm next to like a really famous person right now, guys. But seriously, buddy, it's going to be a great week. You're going to want to stay with us all weekend long. Today, all the way through Wednesday of this week, including the TOC finale, the blind draw finale, which will it'll put the icing on the cake, so to speak.
Absolutely. That is another event that is just prestigious as well, and it's going to be big. It's going to be – I can't wait to see the teams that partner up, and, yeah, I'm excited for the whole thing.
It's going to be great storylines all week long. We are live from 10:30 to 4 and then from 6 to 9 every single day right here. Partners Promoting Darts, USA Darts Productions. Sean Green, Danny Baggish, we're going to be in the booth all week long. I can't wait, buddy. It's going to be a great time.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. I can't wait.
Ladies and gentlemen, to the 10th Annual Tournament of Champions, brought to you by Partners Promoting Darts, live at the KCI Expo Center in Kansas City, Missouri. I'm Sean Green, the play-by-play commentator, and I'm pleased to be joined in the booth by the gambler, Mr. Danny Baggish. Danny, we are in store for an amazing week here in Kansas City.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me, and I cannot wait. We have already a great match coming up, and this is going to be awesome.
Yeah, we got the king seat right now of, well, that's a different board game you got going on there, I think. Well, that's not Jamie Cobb shooting. That's Nick Dichiria stepping up right there. So we'll see if we can figure that bad boy out real quick. But, hey, production, you know, if it didn't start off like this, it would be weird.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We got Jules, Mike, and Johnny against Kenny, Nick, and Sugar. What a matchup that we're going to have right here.
Yeah, this is going to be a great first-round matchup. There's Jules Van Dongen. Again, you mentioned it in our pre-show a few minutes ago that Jules is just on the top of his game right now.
Yeah, he's playing well. When you're playing that well in steel tip and you switch to soft tip, me personally, I just think it's, you know, you're throwing darts into an ocean. So I'm sure he feels the same as boom goes the dynamite. Kenny Doyle, that's a 9 mark in my book.
I was about to say, it's an 8 mark. So
that's a 9 mark in my book. It's 3 triples. I love it, and I had to get that one out the way.
Hey, I love it. And for Kenny Doyle, Sunshine State Santa to get it on the board.
Absolutely.
Here's Mike Carter. First look at him today. And, yeah, you mentioned the teams. Mike Carter is playing with Jules Van Dongen and Johnny Lackey. So those are 3 players from 3 different parts of the country, which you love to see. Taking on Sugar Shane Johnson right here, along with Nick Dichiria and Kenny Doyle, who are typical doubles partners. So they added Sugar. They were nice to him to add him to the team.
Yeah, I will love to see how that matchup, how they pick them. But obviously he's a good dart player, so that has to be the reason.
This is the no cap of this event. Again, triples. I said it earlier. It's an interesting format of the triples being cricket format here. Usually you don't see that in tournaments. It is kind of a special thing for TOC. They love their cricket here at Tournament of Champions.
Yeah, I love the format. I prefer cricket over 0-1 anytime, any day. and to see it in the triples format just makes for a great viewership. I'm sure everyone loves it and sees how they play against each other, their strategy, and so forth. So it's going to be good.
I like to call this chess as far as darts goes, and I consider 0-1 a little bit of checkers.
I don't disagree. That's a great comparison. Who's your favorite here?
Man, it's hard to pick against Jules' team. I would say that as far as averages go, it does slightly favor the team of Nick Dichiria, Kenny Doyle, and Sugar Shane Johnson overall. And that being said, though, Jules is at a whole new level of play right now, especially with what he's doing overseas. And right now he's playing with even bigger triples than he's typically used to.
Yeah, well, in a triples event, it's obviously you depend on everyone, so it's going to be kind of hard to pick against Kenny, Nick, and Shane for me.
Yep.
But Jules, Johnny, and Mike obviously have the game to cause an upset here.
Well, if anyone is looking for the brackets on CompuSport, they are on CompuSport. If you just search PPD Major Tournaments, Tournament Champions pops up relatively quickly, and you can see all those different levels and all those brackets there. Sugar Shane Johnson making that one look sweet. A 5.33 average for him in that leg, and it looks like they break the throw right out the gate and take a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, what a shot. What a shot. And we were just talking about how this team formed, and he shows why he's with this team. That was huge. I don't know if I just go Bulls there first.
Yeah?
Yeah, I might have went Bulls. Just to take the game shot out of their hand just in case you didn't hit the triple. But that's why I'm here and I'm not there.
Well, listen, I think there are a lot of people that are in the room that are playing darts right now that are glad that you're sitting back here and not out there, which is not what they would be saying about me. Of course, I wouldn't be in this room. I'd be like, if there's 200 boards in here, I'd be like board 198 there in the back.
I know where that one's at, though.
Fair. Well, Kenny Doyle starts off with a big 6 mark there. So let's see. This is our first match of Tournament of Champions. Buddy, you can find the brackets online at CompuSport for everyone that wants to watch along. Today we have the triples, open triples right now is what we have going on. 5 p.m. today, doubles going on, so open doubles. Tomorrow morning is triples again, and then the men's CSI, that big event, the men's cricket singles invitational, gets us started with those big $10,000 to first place prize.
Yeah, that's a huge, huge check, and it's going to be some interesting matches going on there. It's going to be great to see, and I want to see some upsets.
And I think it lends itself to maybe having some of those instead of being a race to 9 like we see in the CSC Challenger Series. It is just a race to 2 in the winner's side. It is just a race to 3 or race to 4 when it gets down into the dirty nitty-gritty. And last year we saw it go to the very last leg decider with Leonard Gates and Jules Van Dongen, and both of them were exhausted after that match was over because they pushed each other to their absolute limits. And that's exactly what the CSI can really do for these players.
Yeah, you saw that in the last game there. They were shooting mid-4s or something like that, but it just shows the emotion, the stress, they were tired, they were mentally drained, and what a match that was. I watched it myself, and it was unbelievable.
Well, looks like the team of Jules, Johnny, and Mike. There's a nice boom goes the dynamite there for Kenny Doyle. That's his second one that we've seen. Of course, the first one was Nate Mark, but that's okay.
No.
Listen, it's tough to do this job.
If you're hitting 3 triples, it's 9. It's 9 marks. Okay, whether the board tells you it's 8 or not, to me it's still 9. I enjoyed it, and nice close there by Mike, and I counted it. So therefore, 1 for me.
There you go. Hey, 1-0 scoreline here. Race to 4, king seat match of the no cap of triples. Live at the Tournament of Champions in Kansas City, Missouri.
See that shot right there, Sean? I feel like, Johnny coming up, 3 bulls to win. Obviously, you would think he's going to hit it, but now he's more comfortable. He's going to go to 20. I probably would have tried to shut down the 20s and 17s, leave the 5 bulls for Nick for the game shot.
Because now with that double bull on dart 3, that's almost a kill shot here for Nick to do anything crazy. He doesn't have winning darts in his hand. So math-wise, he's just going to have to go with the bulls and see what happens. And he's not even going to be able to get the point lead now.
Nope, and with Jules behind, you're looking for a 1-1 scoreline after this shot and going into game 3.
Yeah, it should be dart 1 here. Yeah.
Oh, what a call.
Well, it's Jules. That's easy.
Way to throw that one out there, Sean.
It's almost as easy as doing commentary with you playing. It's just like, what does he have to hit? Okay, well, here's what he's going to hit. You know, it's nice and easy.
Yeah. I wish I made it look like that all the time.
Well, when you can hear me in the background as you're shooting, that typically will throw you off a little bit.
Yes, absolutely. And that has happened, everybody, in a huge match.
Oh, they know. They've all seen it.
Oh, yeah.
It should just be like its own YouTube clip.
It should.
Of you just yelling at me.
I'll never forget about it.
Hey, me either. I cry about it every night still. And then to come full circle, and now we're doing commentary together. I love it.
Oh, good look by Jules. Smart shot, too. Can never battle the bigger number.
You like getting rid of the high ground?
Absolutely, no matter what. No matter, even if they open up, 7 mark there, and I hit 4 19s, 6 19s, I'm taking the 20 away.
That was a weird last start from Sugar. I think he might have been just blocked on that 20 on dart 3, but in that case, do you go over to the 18s instead?
Yeah, absolutely. And just like this shot here, I mean, everyone has a different strategy. They want to point it up and get ahead 2 triples, which I don't disagree with, but just point in time that you got to take that 20 away against players like Nick, even though this is a struggling shot for him at the moment. Gets to opening for Johnny, and you're going to see him shut it down here. Should go there first start.
Absolutely. Guys, for those just tuning in for the first time, not knowing who these players are, a 1 mark, a 2 mark, even a 3 mark in one round is an off leg for these gentlemen, by far.
Absolutely, absolutely. You expect them to be hitting at least 1 triple a round, but doesn't happen all the time, and that's where the other team pounces.
Let me ask you a question. What is the difference between going once every 6 turns in a format like this, or once every, other turn, or every 4 turns instead, like what you're used to in doubles and singles?
Yeah, huge difference. Huge momentum. Not just waiting around, 12, 15, 18 darts. You're just waiting, sometimes you're just waiting around 3 or 9 in doubles. You have to stay mentally focused. You have to make sure that you're approaching the line with the same determination. And sometimes you can get, lazy and throw tired or just drained, even though you're not throwing as much. You're just waiting around. So it makes it a little difficult.
Look at this from Mike Carter. Gonna look over the 16s. Big 9 mark from Mike Carter. That's Dynamite Carter.
Dynamite.
There you go.
I like it. I like it.
So Nick Selepic stepping up here. Maybe one of the classiest men from Florida. And only a 1 mark from him. He loved those neighbors.
Yeah, it's gonna look like Johnny's here. Gonna shut the 15 down. Not gonna worry about pointing, and looks to be an early 2-1 advantage if it goes to as planned. If it goes to as planned, and it did not, that shot.
I'm surprised he didn't just go fat single there on the 15. Throw a nice little Sean there on dart 3.
No, that's the right shot. If it's a Sean dart or not, you just throw the single 15 to get it out the way. And how often does the next player come back and hit a 9 mark just to punish you?
Especially when it's Kenny Doyle.
Oh.
Yeah. Sunshine State Santa gets another one on the board. That's a second 9 mark that we've seen, and third potential boom goes to Dynamite.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
For finally adding that in.
And Jules, only a 3 mark. It's weird to say those types of words out loud, like only a 3 mark, only a 5 mark. When we get into the CSI tomorrow, that's exactly what we're going to say over and over again, because it's going to take 7s and 9s to win matches.
Yeah, absolutely. And kind of the same situation there. I wish he would have took the shot at the 19 and the 18 to give, I know it's 6 balls, but it still gave him game shot if Mike missed here.
Which he does. And I agree with you. It's always better to put pressure on your opponent to hit those 3 bowls, because you just never know. Yes, these guys are always good enough to hit that, but you're only going once every 6 turns. You're a little bit cold almost every time you step up to the line there, and it can make a difference.
Now tell me, is just being new here, race to 4, obviously.
Yep.
And we see the team of Kenny, Nick, and Shane going first here. What happens in leg 4? Who starts?
Leg 7
if it goes the distance?
No, the next leg. So
it's loser starts.
Okay, so loser starts.
Yep.
It's not alternating.
It is not. No, it is loser start. That last leg, they will diddle for the last leg decider.
Game shot here. Sean, sorry to interrupt, but game shot here. He's definitely going to take the shot.
Oh, absolutely. And it's not a very difficult one. Now it's very difficult. Man.
Almost impossible after the first start.
Yes. You need to borrow a dart. Does get that point lead back, but Jules wide open here to finish this one off, and you expect him to do it 10 times out of 10, almost likely.
Absolutely. Just 3 singles.
I like the guts of the second dart. Only a 4.75 from Jules, which is a major off leg for someone who basically averages a 6.0 in cricket and soft tip.
Yeah, it is an off leg, but gets the job done.
Yep.
And they actually made it a little closer than it was earlier in the match. So look for a good battle here in leg 4.
And you said that you preferred like the team aspect of it for Kenny, Nick, and Shane, but in that last leg, obviously Mike and Johnny stepped up a little bit there in order to support Jules, and he does not have slouches for teammates, that's for sure.
No, not at all, and that's what he needs. So for him to have that and for them, all 3 of them to battle like that is huge.
Good third from Jules, but that's almost a gift for an opponent when Jules is only hitting 5 marks. Sugar going to take full advantage of that. Looking down. Ooh.
Oh, that was a close one. Might have got robbed there, huh?
What's the worst feeling in soft tip darts? Is it when the dart bounces off the board and doesn't register anything, or is it when it throws up the question marks?
Throws up the question marks.
Yeah, when it bounces off.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You hit something.
Yeah. And for it just be like, I don't know. It's like, what do you mean you don't know?
Confused. Yeah, I've seen that a few times, and that's a bit frustrating.
So Nick and Kenny are from Kissimmee, Florida. You have Sugar Shane from Wisconsin. Johnny Lackey from Houston, Texas. Mike Carter is from Arizona, in that Phoenix area. And then, of course, Jules from about 10 minutes away from the venue here in Parkview?
Park something.
I know it's Park something. It's probably better for us if we don't, I guess, give away Jules' exact address.
Yeah, I mean,
it is 13825. No, I'm kidding. I just made that up.
He probably has people go over there all the time anyways, and now you just literally invited the whole whole arena.
I mean, it's better than the blind draw that was last night in Jim Mount's room. Ooh, look at that. Just in, the Colts officially activate Jonathan Taylor from the reserve pup list to be active for tomorrow's game.
Wow.
Just saying.
That's huge. That's huge.
If I was a gambler, I'd be taking the Colts tomorrow.
Kenny should be telling Shane right here to go ahead and shut the 18 down. If you hit the triple, then move on to the 17 with the first start, after the first start. But if not, then go ahead and point.
Yep.
Right, because you're only getting 200 points, so you're not maximizing your dart. So he'll go to the 17 here. There it is.
Yeah, great darts there. Man, it's so nice to have someone who knows what they're talking about next to me.
Yeah, because I think he's saying if you hit the triple, you're not getting the full 340, aren't you? Because it's 200 points.
Right.
So you don't want to waste any darts there.
It's a good 7 mark from Mike Carter. I love his throw. It's just so nice and smooth.
It is smooth. To be honest, all 6 of these guys have pretty straightforward, straight back throw.
Well, they all definitely have a consistent throw because you have to be at this level. That's what I would call the difference between maybe the no cap and level 5. Everyone can throw those great darts from time to time. It's just the consistently being able to do it that makes the difference.
Agreed. Nice 7 mark by Johnny. Putting a little pressure, but Kenny's up next. Let's see what he does. Shoot the triple. Move to the 16. Shut it down.
Looks like it looks like he's staying.
He is staying. But he'll go to the 16 now.
That's just confidence to expect himself to hit the triple there.
Yeah, absolutely. I think no matter if he went single, triple, doesn't matter. He was going to shoot the 16 with the last start.
All right, the Dutch Dragon stepping up here. Needs a lot of 15s to be able to put his team back in this leg, or else it's going to be a 2-2 scoreline here in just a second.
Yeah, going to try to shut the 20 down. 5 bulls. That's the shot that I was talking about earlier.
There you go. Throws in a Maloney double, too.
Yeah. Anyways.
Sugar shuts down the bull, or now looking at double. Gets it.
Twice. Game 1, he did the same thing, and he does it there. And look at the smile. He knows it, too. You did that, buddy. You did that.
It's like that was easy. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
2-2 score line here. Race to 4. This is exactly what you want as a king seat match, right? You want it to go the distance. You want it to be neck and neck. And I think both these teams more than capable of beating the other. And we haven't even mentioned that there's a team in the loser side right now that is pretty stacked in Jesse Gore, Jeremiah Millar, and Leonard Gates.
Yes, and I believe they lost to Jules, Mike, and Johnny early.
The first round.
In the first round?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So they're going to be obviously fighting back.
There's some great teams here. Garrett Rakowski with Jake Smith and Porky, Steve Hilger. I mean, this no-cap bracket is just full of fantastic dart players. And dart players that we get to see all the time in the CSC Challenger Series, and it's great to see them all playing together with each other. You want to talk about the Hensies with Ken Ripp also right now. They actually get the winner of the Jeremiah, Jesse Leonard, and Daryl Cortez, Jeff Burning, and Ram Gravera match, which is another great team.
Yes. There's a lot of stacked teams out there for sure.
That's why there's no cap.
No cap. That is exactly why this is the no cap, Sean. I tell you, you've pointed out some great things and obvious things here early, and I appreciate that.
It's how I do my job correctly is I'm just obvious about it.
Yeah, very obvious.
If I'm obvious, then I'm correct, you know?
Which is obviously correct.
All right, Johnny, going to look at the 18s. He needs another treble to get the point lead.
Yeah, Nixon going to be looking to pounce on that one. Couple trip 19s here, or even a 4 mark. He'll take the look at the 18. Should at least.
What does he do here? 19s, or does he try to take a look at it?
He's got to stay at the 19. He's got the bigger number. Hit the triple, force him to hit. But with Jules behind you, he's gonna be determined with this shot. He's definitely gonna take the look.
Yeah, the turntables might do their job here in just a second.
And here we go. That's enough.
Yeah.
That is enough. Now they have the bigger number, so let's see what Kenny does.
You hit 2 triple 16s here. Do you take a shot at the 18s?
If I hit the first triple.
Oh, he goes 15s instead for the switch.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
I love when he doesn't care on the last dart, and that's the one that, of course, hits the trip every time.
Does he look like he cares on every dart, like the way he throws?
Listen, the focus that gentleman actually does have when he plays darts at that line is second to none, almost. I once was trying to take a selfie with him while he was practicing, and he still threw the darts while I'm like touching his throwing arm, trying to take a selfie with him, and he didn't care. He was practicing.
Yeah, he's always been like that too.
Here's Dr. Handsome, Johnny Lackey.
Yeah, just Johnny. Johnny Lackey's fine. He'll be looking to take the shot and go over to 16.
Ooh, Johnny be good in that round.
Yeah, Nick is he's got to rebound next game because he is getting frustrated, and I know how that is. You get frustrated, you can't take it into the next one. You feel like you're letting your team down.
Right, and you don't want to be the person on your team that feels that way, right?
Absolutely not.
If you're the person that apologizes to your team after the match, it's never a good feeling. And Jules just going to do his thing here, probably close it out. Well, pretty self-explanatory what's going to happen in the next leg, and it's about to be a 3-2 lead for Johnny, Jules, and Mike. So Kenny, Nick, and Shane are going to have to hold their throw to get us to a last leg decider. Look at this from Kenny Doyle. Just 5 bowls, because why not, you know?
Last leg decider. We all deserve it. Nice and early. First match on.
There it is.
Let's do it.
Big dart there from Mike Carter. 3-2 score line. And this has kind of gone 2-2-2 here. And the way that the shift has gone, or it went 1-2-2.
We might have missed the first leg, so it looks like it's 3-3.
Oh yeah, because the diddle actually does not count on the screen. That's weird. That is very weird. So they're actually doing a diddle with like just the bulls, right? Because that would make sense here. Oh, and Kenny gets it. What a double bull there from Kenny Doyle on the diddle.
Snuck it in. That is huge.
So there we go. Last leg decider. We called it anyway.
We did.
We knew we deserved
almost like
it.
we knew and didn't tell them.
It's a surprise to everyone but us.
Yep. You guys are lacking behind us.
All right, so here we go. 3-3 scoreline. This is for the king seat. Puts them in the driver's seat where, first of all, I believe all these gentlemen are in the Supercharger, which is the $50,000 bonus pool here at TOC for the top 500 in the All-Star rank list. So winning an event automatically gives you a share of that bonus pool. And if you win 5 events, you get 5 shares of that bonus pool. I've seen players win 3 or 4 events, which is great money to start off with. Looking up. Boom goes the dragon there.
Look at that one.
Breathing fire.
That is the confidence in him that he has in himself right now. He almost knew that he was going to hit that triple 20 after hitting the 2 triple 19s.
Well, and that's been a bit of the difference with Jules now in the PDC is that he can win those last leg deciders. And he has the confidence that he's going to shoot well when the pressure's on him. And Shane cheats there, taps in the triple 18.
Yeah,
The board does lie every once in a while.
I mean, it does, and that brings up a good point. If it would have registered a single 18 and it gave him a triple 18, what do they do there? Do they give it to him, or does the board not lie?
The board can lie. If it bounces out, then obviously there's nothing you do about that. But if it's sticking in the board,
but you flight it into the triple 18.
yeah, but that's an obvious.
See, I'm going to argue this one, Sean.
If it's stuck in there, it's stuck in there.
I'm going to argue this one. This is the reason why you play by the rules of soft tip, and it's a different game.
Well, for sure.
You know what I mean?
But the rules of soft tip is if it's obviously in the board, you just back it up and make it count.
Yeah.
Trust me, there'd be more fights if it was the other way around, right?
Absolutely.
Like it's obvious right there. That'd be like doing the challenge in tennis for the Hawkeye, and then it shows that it's in, and the person being like, "No, but I saw it was out." So
absolutely. No, I understand. I would have liked Nick there to take that shot at the 19.
Oh, look at this from Johnny Lackey. Oh, yeah, he tried the exact thing that you just talked about there.
Yep.
Except the difference being the high ground versus the low ground.
Exactly.
As a person with your average in cricket, do you typically play a strategy of the long game? Are you fine with? Do you feel more comfortable in like a point for point battle, or do you feel more comfortable in a close quickly type of match?
I'm not going to give away my strategy where everyone can hear. So, but I will say.
Don't worry, not everyone's watching. Just like 800 people.
So I will say, as Jules, look at this. He is feeling it. That's 6 triples in a row.
And that's what having Jules Van Dongen on your team can really do, is that in the last leg decider, when you really need someone to step up, he's done everything.
Absolutely. Going to the last leg, it's 7 triples in a row. Coming up big. The big player coming up big, and that's what he is there for. But to answer your question, Sean, I obviously, in most matches, everyone thinks I'm a favorite. Right, so
you can say that, absolutely.
So I use that to my advantage. As the game gets longer, I should always win. Obviously I don't always win, but I like my chances in a longer game than in a shorter game. Now, if there's someone, I'm playing someone and it's close, I'm gonna take my hero shot because that could change the outcome of a game.
Every time I shoot the hero shot and miss it, I always sing, "I will be your hero, baby."
Oh my gosh.
But it's to my opponent so that they get thrown off for their next leg, too.
Yeah.
That's what you got to do.
I will never forget that now.
All right, look at this. Sunshine State Santa trying to scratch them back into the match, but 5 marks is just not going to do it with Jules breathing the fire that he is.
7 in a row.
Ooh.
Yeah, it stops at 7. It's the commentator jinx.
Trust me, I've been here. It's not your fault.
It happens a lot, right?
It does.
Okay, good.
But there's a lot of times where you're just right because it is the best players that we're going to have in this room, so you expect them to hit when they need to. Like 9 mark here for Sugar Shane. Like,
look at that.
See, I mean, when they're the best players in the room and you expect them to hit when they need to hit, I mean, what a time for that.
That had to happen.
Yes.
And this is a little bit of pressure.
That's a great last start for Mike, because if he only hits a single there, the whole dynamic of this match shifts.
Totally agree. And this is where Nick is going to try to load up the 15s here.
He's been a little bit off in this match, but now's the time for just him to do what he does best, and that's not hit a 4 mark. He's better than that. You know, it is day 1. They started at 9 a.m., which for the Floridians is 10 a.m. And then you got Johnny Lackey here. I think it's actually earlier in the morning for them.
Absolutely, and I like how Johnny just didn't even look at the 15, because once again, you've got the bigger number. As a 5 mark there forces 6-15. So, great match, a great shot,
Yeah, because the math now, Kenny Doyle needs to hit at least 7
7 for him.
15s.
Yep.
All right, this is where I expect this. It might be over right here. Close the 15s and go straight at the bull. Oh.
He's going to stay there again. No. Oh.
Yeah.
There we go.
He's not happy with the 4 mark, but he did the bare minimum of his job there.
Absolutely. Kenny's telling him to shut the 19s and 16s down, because they're 6 bulls down right now. So just to give him the shot, I'm sure that's what he's going to try to do here.
Do you think he said loud enough? Like, plus it's Mike Carter. You know, he's definitely not going to hit 3 bulls.
No.
Do you ever do that?
No.
Say it loud enough for your opponent to hear right there.
Well, actually, yes. Depending on who I'm playing, I have done that actually.
Oh, look at this from Mike Carter. There it is. Dynamite closes it out. They do it against the throw, too. But great job. Jules Van Dongen played with Mike Carter a lot last year at TOC, and they were very successful, so that makes perfect sense. And look at this. We got, ooh, man, I look so bald in that picture. But there's our commentary team. That's me, Sean Green. I'm the one with the hair on the right-hand side, and I'm joined by Danny Baggish.
The good-looking guy on the right.
Exactly.
Wow, look at that guy.
Man, here is Matt Graff, Wisconsinite. And his follow-through for the top level of darts might be the worst of all time, but he actually fires that dart into the dartboard way harder than it looks like he does.
He looks like
last leg decider, the loser side, by the way.
Oh, okay. Oh, a good match then. He actually looks like he throws it, and it's like a Spider-Man release.
Oh, he just
twists his wrist.
Just turns his wrist over.
Wow.
It works though. I'm telling you.
I feel like that's tough to control.
That was Ray Morgan right there who just shot. So we're going to have the South Dakotans from the Wooden Nickel taking on the Wisconsinites here. Here's Carlos Saxby. One of the more unknown Wisconsinites because he does not play in the CSC Challenger Series, but look at that USA Darts hat. That thing is beautiful looking. We're live on Partners Promoting Darts and USA Darts Productions. And we want to give a huge shout out to the rest of our production team, besides the 2 of us, who are doing the easy job for the entire week.
Absolutely.
And that is, of course, the great Will Stuart, who is on the production side of things. And then in the background, doing all of our social media and editing, that's Nick Youngbuck, pink-haired Darachi Teixeira. And, of course, the amazingly talented Jen Mounts.
Yes. Shout out to Nick, especially. Pink hair, obviously, breast cancer awareness.
Yep.
I love the support there. And then Jen, what she does, unbelievable. And then, Will.
A.k.a. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce.
That was great. I couldn't believe that.
Great dart there from John Pilgrim. His dart nickname is Pigworm.
Pigworm.
It's actually true.
Okay.
Here is the legend, Mr. Wes White.
It's good to see. I haven't seen Wes in a while, and everything he's been through. It's absolutely wonderful to see him here still competing, and what a guy.
Well, we saw him at NDA, not this past year, but the year before that on Team USA, and it was just after COVID NDA, so there were 2 Team USAs, and they played each other in the finals, and Wes was on the underdog squad, and they came out victorious, and it was really cool to see because he hit that winning dart, and it meant a lot. You could tell in our interview afterwards, it meant a lot to those guys to support Wes and everything he's been through.
I get it. Emotional, I'm sure. What a moment that was for him and everyone.
Well, here we go. Last leg decider here. This is Ray Morgan for the match. That'll help. There it is. Double. Even points it at the end because why not? And that'll do it for that one. It sends the Wisconsinites to the 2-loss side, so they'll go to the last chance. And the North Dakotans, or South Dakotans, I apologize greatly to them, will be taking on Jeremiah Millard, Jesse Gore, and Leonard Gates. So here we go. This is a last chance matchup we got going on in this one. And we just talked to some Wisconsinites, so here are some more Wisconsinites. As I am looking here. Actually, these are two Wisconsinite teams who had to play each other in the very first round, and now they're here at this moment. This is one of the things that you hate to do, is you drive hundreds of miles just to play your friends.
Yeah, absolutely. But how often does that happen? A lot.
Well, when you're both good at darts, like, and all your friends are really good at darts, you're going to eventually play them. This is the one bracket that is not full completely with either 15 or 16 teams. This one only has 11. So it is, of course, the no cap. And, well, the three of us could dominate this no cap. If just you, me, and Will, we'll take on the winners, see what happens, you know?
Absolutely.
We'll even have 2 losses if they want to do that. I have Danny Baggish on my team. I'm fine with that.
Whatever they want to do, I'm in.
Here's Jamie Kopp. Did we just get a boom goes to Wisconsinite that we missed there from Porky?
From Garrett.
Oh, Garrett did that. Of course Garrett did that.
Yeah, what a throw he has, Garrett. It's pretty straightforward. And we're going to have a back-to-back on the 19 here. Oh, he stayed there.
Well, there we go. Jamie Kopp gets 7 of them. I like that. And here is Porky. He's awake for this one. Steve Hilger.
Well, we'll see what he throws here. See if he is awake just yet.
I'm going to expect, well, it's not going to be enough. This, of course, is where, like, the pressure of this is wonderful, right? Last chance bracket, race to 1. And in this type of format, depending on how the match goes, you might only throw once or twice in the entire match.
Absolutely. And in this no cap, it wouldn't be surprising to see someone open up 7-mark white horse, and then if you're going last, you're throwing
right
at the 15s.
I talked to Megan Watson out there before we got started, and they lost their first match, and she's like, yeah, I threw once in the first leg, I threw twice in the second leg, and we were like, okay, well, great, thanks.
Yeah,
Thanks
that's
for
tough.
letting me play.
That's tough.
Here's Jake Smith. I love to see Jake here. I met him at NDA. He was on the same team as the West White winning USA team that year. And here's our first look at Scuba Steve.
Scuba Steve, the first person that I threw a 9 dart on in the Booyah Cup. Unlucky Steve.
Who was the second person?
I can't remember. You only remember the first. After that, you just.
The joke was that you've obviously done it multiple times.
Yeah, I stopped counting after 1.
How about the other day, MVG, almost getting 9 darters and 2 to 3 legs.
For fun.
2 out of 3 legs, yeah. Doing them different directions.
Oh, my gosh.
Who hits a 171 in the second round? Like, just to, like, let's mix it up and leave the big fish. You never know. All right, here's Jamie Kopp. Garrett did not do what he just did in the last round. That's how you follow up a 9 mark, typically. Definitely how I do it. The one time I've hit a 9 mark, I definitely did not follow it up. Madison, I'm so sorry. South Dakota will forever be better than North Dakota was the message she just sent me. I don't think she put it in the chat, though, so sorry for making that out loud. Look at this, Jamie Kopp. Big boom goes the Wisconsinite from Jamie.
Yeah, that last game, or one game in this side, and what a time to hit that.
That's a 9 mark apiece for both teams, but that one timelier.
Very much timelier.
Oh, man. Are we going to back-to-back? No. Way to go, Porky. Big last.
I was throwing with his darts earlier, and I have no clue how he throws so accurately with those things.
Well, he used to throw bar darts for so long.
Yeah, I just don't understand.
Have you ever tried to throw Rams 9.2 gram darts?
No, but I have thrown Stephen Bunting's steel tip darts.
Yep.
And
the super smooth ones or the new ones, the 12 gram ones?
The super smooth ones. And
I don't know how you could possibly do that.
No, I don't know how they do it.
No. That meeting with his company had to be like, what do you want? And he's like, I want the lightest dart you can make and with no grip whatsoever. And they were like, what?
Target, by the way.
Was it Target at that time?
Yeah.
Is it still Target?
Yes, it is. Teammate of mine.
Here we go. Here's the name drop of Target.
Sorry.
You know who's a teammate of mine? You.
Yes, and here we are as Steve is going to try to close that 16 as the 20s is blocked. And he
hits
does.
it. Scuba Steve. Dang you.
What?
That was Scuba. Have you not seen Big Daddy?
Yeah, Scuba Steve.
Yeah, and I said dang you instead of because we're live. It's only like 12:28 my time, so 11:28 local.
Gotcha.
So you can't cuss yet.
No, I understand. So another situation there. I know it's the last game, and they're probably saying, "Oh, you got to get all the points." But I would have taken the shot to close the 20, give Porky the 6 bulls, but Jamie's going to shut the 15 down here.
Yeah, and Jamie's been throwing so well in this leg too that it's hard to take the chance of giving him that opportunity.
Absolutely. Is he going to stay there?
That's an awesome second dart. With the way his darts, they have a little bit of a loft to them. So for him to be able to find that second dart into the treble 15 after the first dart had to be a huge blocker.
Absolutely, it was.
He didn't even move.
He didn't. One hole into the triple 10, it's hard not to move there, and he didn't, and just drilled it.
So there's another opportunity to get rid of the 20s, right?
Yeah, no matter how many bulls you hit, you need at least one, and that's what he did.
There it goes.
Now it's 6-3.
Big darts.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, that is a pressure shot here, and it's going to be on Bob Anderson.
Bob, a veteran of the game.
Oh, yeah.
I don't see him missing this.
That first dart's important.
Danny, why do you do that?
Well, and it's that first dart, right? If you miss the first dart, it really makes it uneasy. And now he's going to give Jake Smith a look at this, and Jake more than capable of closing this out, maybe even in 2 darts.
Absolutely. And then it would just kind of put icing on the cake on why you shut the number down to give your opponent the pressure.
Wow, and of course you hit the double ball on the last dart just to make you upset.
Absolutely. He really wants the double in the first 2 darts, so no pressure, or put him just below the double.
That'll work. You can just walk it on over.
Absolutely.
Oh,
no.
Can't do it now.
We won't say what he said there, but he did say,
gosh darn it. Yep.
Darn it.
All right, Scuba Steve for the match. And the Wisconsinite gets it done. So the Wisconsinites move on against the Wisconsinites and Jake.
Where's Jake from?
He is a South Dakotan.
Make sure you get that one.
That was right. I made sure. I know better.
Madison would tell you.
Well, absolutely. And you're going to see, this is what Garrett's going to do is just punish himself, right? Do you do this if you lose on say you miss double 20, 3 darts straight, and your opponent takes out like a 112, and you sit there. Do you sit there and try and throw the tops there for as long as you can to see how many you hit in a row?
No.
It just punishes yourself, right?
Yeah, well, no.
Because you're going to hit it.
Yeah, you missed it in that moment. It's different pressure afterwards. You know what I mean? You're obviously going to hit it, so.
One last chance. Carlos, John, Matt, Ken, Rick, Tyler, and we've got this match between Leonard and next.
All right, so it looks like we got some matches going to be coming your way next. It is going to be a last chance match between Carlos, John, and Matt. So that is Carlos Saxby, John Pilgrim, and Matt Graff, who we just saw in the previous match. And they're taking on the Hensies and Ken Rip. That's going to be a darn good one there.
Who did the Hensies and Ken Rip lose to get into the?
They lost to Millar.
Okay.
Millar's team.
Okay.
And that's the other match that we're going to have coming our way, which I believe is the 4th place match. No, it's to get there. Yeah, absolutely. So it's going to be Corey Jensen, Ray Morgan, and Wes White taking on Jeremiah Millard, Jesse Gore, and Leonard Gates. But it looks like we're going to get the team of I love it.
Just want to let you know, Stowe, I appreciate you, buddy.
Stowe Bunce is one of my all-time favorite humans.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to get this last chance matchup right here. And, I mean, this is for 7th place, bud. 7th place. The Hensies and Ken Rip could get 7th place in this bracket. There's only 11 teams. What does that tell you?
That tells you that this bracket is absolutely stacked.
Nuts. It's a nuts
absolutely
bracket.
Stacked. And if I had the opportunity to play with Will Stewart and Sean Green, we would at least take 8th.
Oh, for sure. I mean, like, at least top 11. We wouldn't come in last place. You wouldn't let us come in last place, would you? You'd yell at us too much.
No, I wouldn't let us come in last place, but you guys will let us come in last place. This
Oh,
is
man.
a triples event, not a singles event.
Hey, my job is to throw twice. Okay, your guys' job is to get me to that point. I can hit a couple bowls.
I actually thought that Maloney was playing with Millar and Gates, but that's not until Monday. So,
I was about to say, I have not seen Mike Maloney. Is he not here yet?
well, I think he got confused. I think he showed up to a venue where they had online boards, and I did message him. He's actually on his way soon for the live event, and yeah, expectations aren't real high for him.
He thought he could just play in Illinois.
Yeah, but I mean,
Well,
it's given, right? Why wouldn't you want to play in a live event if you're Mike?
hey, listen, the best Dichiria here, and that's Daddy D, Dominic Dichiria, and Jim Nolte. His partners are right now playing for that 5th place match in Division I. They take on the winner of Abby Spot, Corey Bartz, and Jalen Romero, and a couple of my friends from Ohio. That's Miss Olivia Terry, Damian Lofton, and Tyler Holmes. Tyler Holmes actually no, that's a different Holmes.
Who's Dominic and Jim playing with?
They're playing Steve McDowell.
Steve McDowell.
Yep.
Yeah, he's a really good player. He is. He's a good player.
I love their jersey that they're wearing because they are making fun of Steve with the jersey that they have. It's the bus driver jersey that you'll see there. It's bright yellow and black. It's wonderful.
Nice.
When you have friends like the friends that we all do, we don't need enemies, buddy.
No. Of course not.
So stop hating in the chat. No, I'm kidding. You guys have been wonderful. Guys, let us know where you're tuning in from. Let us know who you have in this one. Great matchup between look at this throw. Tell me about this.
It's Spider-Man. I don't care.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
I mean, I talk about it often enough, and he loves it when I do. But he's a fantastic shot. He's the only person I could ever say could throw like that and be consistent enough to have the success that he does on a dartboard.
Yeah, because I couldn't do it. That's for him to master it and to throw even a 4-0 or 5-0 or whatever the case may be is unbelievable. I was watching him throw earlier, and I was in awe like this. He doesn't really throw like that, does he? He does, and he does it well.
Yep. No, it's crazy. There's Mike Maloney in the chat saying hi, but he didn't tell us where he is. Of course, we got Austin Braswell in there saying, "Don't worry, I got last. You were fine." Well, there you go. We just have to play the last place team. If we beat them, then we would have definitely not gotten last place.
Look at Rick rocking it with no hat.
He looks so
what
different.
A guy.
Who would have thought that he had like the shaved
clean cut
look?
Yeah, absolutely.
And he shaved his mustache and goatee and everything.
Yeah,
it's like he's going to be on camera this week or something, and he knew it.
Absolutely.
There's Ken Ripp. Ken Ripp, unfortunately, had the distinction of losing to Tyler Hensey in the loser side of Division II, so Tyler Hensey took him out, so he's going to be able to trash talk him the entire week long and whenever he sees him in person. It's like Uncle Ken, you know?
Absolutely.
Took him out.
Tyler, what a good player Tyler is as well. This is just a good team.
You know what I love about Tyler Hensey? His dart nickname is Han Solo, which he was born with only his right hand.
Yeah.
His dad did not chop it off like we tell you that happened. But he is 18 years old. Let me repeat that. He is 18 years old. He's 6'7". He is by far one of the tallest people in the entire venue.
Yeah.
He might be the overall biggest person in the venue. Like he could be a left tackle in the NFL.
Yeah.
Is like the size of Tyler Hensey. And this is the great thing about darts, bud, is that you have all different shapes and sizes and genders in each one of these levels. That is just, and it doesn't make a difference.
No, you're absolutely right. You're
it's
absolutely
just
right.
who is consistent with their throw.
Agreed. And this is the one game, and
for 7th place.
7th place, and Rick Hensey wins the bowl.
That's the other fun thing about these brackets, bud, is that so much pressure is on. Sorry to cut you off there.
No, you're all right.
So much pressure is on to get to at least 3rd place because they only pay out 3rd, 2nd, and 1st in these events. And it's a $50 buy-in to get into this. But 3rd place gets $384, which is a great payday. You're getting more than double your money back. Second place, 582, and this is just in this no cap bracket. This is actually the lowest of the payouts. And then first is 975. So splitting a little bit, $325 is not a bad day for day one. And also, if you're in that supercharger, you automatically get a share of that $50,000 too.
Yeah, it's not a bad day. And as Rick opens up with 5-1 and more there. But no, not a bad day at all. I think that's you play any triples event in the country, that is probably the best paying one. So hats off again to the PPD.
Yeah, giving away over $1.9 million this week.
Sean Green, say that one more time.
$1.9 million.
That's unbelievable. $1.9 million.
Yeah. I mean, when we did this last year, because it was the first tournament champions since COVID, where everyone was together, they gave away well over $2 million in prizes. We've mentioned it a couple times. Jules Van Dongen last year walked out with over $24,000 for the week. Now, he had to earn that because these are tough brackets. These are the highest level of players. I think this is this event, the Booyah Cup, now that we have with the level of players that play in that. Of course, the Championship Dart Circuit for Steel Tip. But, I mean, those are the three premier events we got, I think, right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sorry, Sean. I just can't help to watch Matt throw
I know.
and just bang in the 7 mark. And he has a finish, and I told him this earlier, when I watch him throw, it's like, ta-da.
Yep.
Like his hand just twists, and he's like, ta-da.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
He's showing you his great round.
Yeah, absolutely. It's absolutely wonderful.
Guys, Matt Graff can do that throw. He is the only person that can. Do not repeat that throw at any point in time. I don't care that he's in the no cap and he belongs here. Do not ever repeat that throw.
I agree.
McKenzie, Big Easy, great throw.
Listen, this is I don't like
Smooth.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't like the last 2 throws where they haven't tried to shut that 20 down, being up 100 points. I feel like against a team like Rick and Ken and Tyler, man, you got to get those 20s away. So I expect
Especially when
John
it's
to
only
do
one
it
leg.
now. Yeah, absolutely.
You get rid of it first here?
Yeah, absolutely.
That way you get those first 2 darts at it.
Yeah.
Did the bare minimum no matter what it does on dart 3.
Trip 19 right here, John. Oh,
That'll work.
absolutely.
So let's see what Han Solo can do. The 18-year-old who's only been playing darts for 3 years total. He is still in Division II of the CSE Challenger Series, which is a race to 9 all cricket on Wednesday nights. And he has the highest average in Division II with a 4.8 plus average. Now, on Wednesday, he did have an off week. He only had a 4.5 something average, but ended up pulling it out, and he'll be playing for the 4th place match here next week.
Good last
Rich
start there.
Turbans.
Yeah, he's 4.5, and we're saying off match 4.5.
Yep. All right, here's Ken
Playing
Ripp.
really good.
Ken also shot phenomenal in the CSE Division II this season, losing only to Tyler Hensey on the loser side. But when we had him on stream, I mean, he could not miss. So if he finds his game, those 3 are going to be very tough. The problem is that it's not happening quick enough with Carlos. Again, one of the more underrated Wisconsinites stepping up here.
Yeah, I think he's going to take the shot at the Trip 18 first. Just kidding. He's going to go 19s, and he's going to have to stay there now. You have to stay
He's
there.
heroing it.
No.
I wanted to see it.
Yeah, not like having the big number. And I don't know if they think this way, but you missed the Trip 7 with the Trip 7 first start, and I feel like you're obligated to have to stay there.
I just know this guy's stepping up.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
He hasn't hit 2 triples first yet.
Man, and that first start's way off for Rick Hensey. Those first 2 are way off for Rick Hensey. I mean, I'm just happy I hit 118 here, but that is nowhere close to where he is aiming at that triple. Ooh,
Yeah,
and that might be the match right there.
Yeah, he's a bit off, isn't he?
Yeah, when your number 1 player throws a 1 mark there at that time, and just really allows John to do what John does best, and that's close some stuff out. Yeah, great first start. His follow-through is so perfect.
Go 17? Yeah, smart shot. Go to 19 now. I would. But look, that's not necessarily a bad shot because 6 17s here only puts him at 379. So they can't. I always say don't let them close your number and hit 2 triples to get ahead in points, and that's what he did. So he made sure that he couldn't do that.
And he's only going to get one chance to score on the 17s with the X on it.
Absolutely.
He does score a little bit, but first start here, close to 17s, right? And then move
Load up
16s?
No, you load up the 19s. You got just
Well, with the points, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
And again, they make these decisions before they even step to the line what they're going to do. He's going to stay there and close it. And now 19s.
Just want to get one there. Takes the shot out of Ken's hand with the 9 mark, getting ahead and closing. So I'm sure he wanted more there. It gets frustrating when you go for the big number and then miss, but I've done that so many times in steel tip, it's unbelievable.
Oh, I mean, well, is it a mental thing where you know you hit that 98 times out of 100, so you don't even think about it? Is that when that little lack of focus, is that when that happens, or is it when it's just the pressure of making sure you get that one dart?
I think it's just making sure you get that one dart. Good strategy there, Carlos, going double first. Mike Maloney has an effect on everybody.
A little Shanghai there. Never hurt anyone. But, yeah, if Rick needed a 9 there. 9 would have been the only thing to really kind of keep him in this one, and that is a brutal last start. Give him 11. That tail whipped the flight into the 11. That's the third worst feeling in darts.
Absolutely. And, Sean, I don't know if you know this, but in the last, this is the third last game decider, and it is on pace to be the third team to win going second.
I did not know that, but look at this. John Pilgrim, great darts. 15s?
Yeah, absolutely.
Kill shot?
Yep.
Oh, I was ready to give it to him, too. He wanted to set off some dynamite there, I think.
That he did.
Tyler, all he can do is set off some dynamite. He's not going to do that. Good last.
Good last. They're still 8 balls behind. It's kind of in the writing here, but you never know. Never know. Like that match earlier with Jules, we thought they would run away with and squeaked it out.
Look at this from Matt Graff with a flick of the wrist, and he gets the win.
Get it, Spider-Man.
Hey, that'll do it. The Wisconsinites move on, take out the Minnesotans of Ken, Rick, and Tyler. And there's the dancing wonder himself, Mr. Leonard Gates.
Dancing.
Hey, he's got a little groove going on.
Absolutely. All the time.
He's got those wireless headphones in. Usually he wears the big guys when he's warming up so that people don't bother him. Is that his typical thing? And then you walked right up to him and...
Well, I'm Danny Baggish, Sean. But you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
Danny Baggish, Sean. I love you so much. That was wonderful.
He just likes to practice. You know, love him or hate him. He's here to play darts. He's here to.
It's his job.
Yeah, absolutely. And
he's darn good at it.
That he is.
So why would he change up what he does? I get it from every perspective there, right? But from the main perspective is you're successful for a reason. So here we go. This is the oh, there you go. They're still perfect. This is the one-loss side of the bracket, and it looks like the perfection here of the team of Jeremiah, Jesse, and Leonard. This is leg number 2, and this is the only format that I will always tell you that I hate. I do like the fact that it's 701, but other than that, I hate open bowl. I hate open out for this level.
I don't disagree.
Because typically whoever goes first is almost guaranteed to win the leg unless something crazy happens like this, where perfection might be achieved here.
Don't miss low.
He gets
look
it.
At that.
Perfect for a triples team in 701. Wow.
That wasn't a short joke. If you watched this over, Jeremiah, I apologize.
14 darter. That'll do it.
That will do it. And but you know, I think with the open bull, I think you're right. It does favor the first player, but do you think they do it for time as well? It still makes
sure.
You know, it still makes it going good, run smoothly, and so forth.
Absolutely, but I'm going to make a different argument. If there are only going to be 16 teams in this no cap anyway, and they're already right now at the they're running low in the 6th place, 5th place match, and it's only been going on for 3 hours almost.
Yeah.
who cares, right?
You know,
they should be playing at least double out and split bowl. And I like double in,
Absolutely.
double out, split bowl for soft tip for this level.
I don't disagree. So they're so good at taking advice. Maybe someone should offer it up.
I mean, I think they know kind of how we feel in this situation.
Yeah.
We've said this before, but I also think that I understand that their perspective on it is it's the way they've done things since the start. I think that if it was up to them completely, they would almost eliminate the 0-1 out of it.
Yeah.
You see the majority of it is all cricket.
Absolutely. And, yeah, so I know one person that agrees with you. That's Stowe Bunce.
I love Stowe.
Yeah.
So as you see Jeremiah Millar warming up there, our next match that we're going to have is going to be Kenny Doyle, Nick Selepic, Sugar Shane Johnson taking on Jeremiah, Jesse, and Leonard Gates. But we're going to take a quick ad break for the first time. We are live here in Kansas City, Missouri at TOC 2023. Sean Green, Danny Baggish. We'll be back with more coverage right after this.
So you want to get into darts, but you're not sure how. We can definitely help with that. We're A2ZDarts.com, and we've been a darts specialty store for over 30 years. We have the greatest variety of darts in the country. But don't worry, we can narrow down that selection for you, whether you're a complete beginner or a full-on expert. We developed our own Colonial brand to offer an inexpensive line of darts, dartboards, and accessories, so you can get into the game without breaking the bank. Join our amazing community by going to azdarts.com.
So today we're going to learn how to throw a dart. In each turn of darts, you get 3 darts to throw. So with all 3 darts in your non-throwing hand, step up to the toe line. If you're right-handed, put your right foot on the line. Lefties, left foot. This isn't baseball, so you want the same foot forward as your throwing arm, not the opposite. Usually the toe line is set so that your foot will be right up to the front edge of the line, not behind it. This toe line is also known as the Aki. The position of your front foot is usually at an angle to the line, to some degree. Your back foot should be a little bit wider than shoulder width away from the front. Put 1 dart in your throwing hand while holding on to the other 2 darts in your other hand. Looking at the dartboard, focus in on a spot you want to hit. To start, let's look right at the bullseye. As you stare at your target, lean forward, bring the dart up and draw it back towards your eye. Throw the dart by moving your hand and forearm towards your target, keeping everything else as still as possible. Hold your position while transferring the second dart to your throwing hand and repeat your throw. Once you've thrown all 3 darts, your turn is complete and you can retrieve your darts from the board. And yes, it will take some practice to get the dart to go where you're aiming. It's not as easy as the pros make it look. But with practice, I guarantee your accuracy will get better, and I tell you, there's nothing better than having 3 darts go exactly where you wanted them to. If you've already been throwing darts and have had success with something slightly different than what I've just explained, great, fantastic. As long as it works for you, no problem. Just keep in mind that any extra movement in your throw will make it harder for you to hit your target consistently. As a beginner, just try to get all 3 darts to land in the same area. As you build your confidence, you can narrow down your target, getting all 3 darts to land in one number, say, like the 20s.
Welcome back to Kansas City, Missouri for the 10th Annual Tournament of Champions, brought to you by Partners Promoting Darts, live here at the KCI Expo Center. I'm Sean Green, joined by Danny Baggish in the booth, and we do have the 4th place match here, or I guess the one out of the king seat for the one-loss bracket, and 2 great teams.
Yeah, this is arguably, a lot of people probably had this as 2 of the top teams in this.
Oh, absolutely.
Bracket, you know what I mean? So it's going to be a good match. This is the Cricket 01 Cricket, correct?
Absolutely. The 01 leg is going to be 701 open and open out full bowl. We just saw the team of Jeremiah Millar. We saw the tail end of Jeremiah Millar's team throw a perfect leg there of 701, which when you have Jeremiah Millar, Leonard Gates, and Jesse Gore on the same team, that's not a huge shock.
No, it isn't. It isn't. And it's still hard to do, but they definitely did it.
Their worst player averages a 4.94 on that team, and they're in the one-loss side of the bracket.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I shot a 4.94 once.
Yeah, but that was probably after your first 3 darts. All right, so Jesse here, they're going first. Going first in this is a huge advantage for their team, going first obviously in any match, but in this particular side, Cricket 01 Cricket, if you go first and you lose, you're going first in the 01.
Yep.
Right? But if you go first and win, all the pressure is on the opposing team in that 01 game, and only a miss of a ball here or there can make a match. Nick is struggling.
He has been, and that's why they have found themselves in this position, because they do have one of the most consistently talented team across the. Look at this from Leonard Gates. Goes double bull on dart 2. And Maya's wondering what the heck he just did there, but he's just going to high-five him and move on.
Yeah, you cannot get away from that reaction, Maya. We have that on video, buddy.
Right now he's like, I was wondering what you were doing right there. Jeremiah Millar is a absolute student of the game. He typically maths it perfectly for whatever he needs to do, and he plays the advantages and the averages every single time. So when you perplex him with a dart, it was definitely not the textbook dart to throw there.
What you said, Sean.
Sometimes I'll start a sentence and I don't even know where it's going. I just hope I find it along the way.
No, it was great because I followed you all the way through there until the last 4 minutes of your.
Fair.
Yeah. Good shot by
Anyway,
Shane.
Sean's by himself now. I just fired Danny. Bring in someone else. No, I'm kidding. Anyway, Jesse Gore stepping up here. Jesse Gore from Lakeland, Florida. So this is actually Floridians playing against Floridians here. At least one playing against two. With Nick Selepic and Kenny Doyle from the Kissimmee, Florida area.
Not too far from Lakeland. I'm actually close to. I work in Lakeland, but I'm in Haines City. But we're all within 30, 45 minutes from each other.
Do you guys throw darts often against each other?
Yeah, I see him a lot. Jesse, that is. Nick and Kenny, not so much.
Double 16? He went for the triple like a real dart player.
Yeah. So this is, I play with Gates a lot.
Yep.
Obviously, right. That's probably the only part of his game that frustrates me is he's good enough to hit it, but just shut the 16 down there.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no reason to put any more pressure on your opponent, especially in this type of event. If you're playing singles, you do whatever you want, Leonard. But when you have a partner that is used to a certain style or format and you're doing kind of the opposite, sometimes that can really throw off your partner.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, that'll work anyway for Jeremiah Millar. Only a 4.13 from him. I hate the fact that the averages are hidden the whole time. You know, that's a good storyline throughout a leg or something like that. Do you like seeing your average the whole time, or do you like it hidden?
Either way, it doesn't bother me. I like the average being up when I'm playing singles so my opponent can see what I'm doing.
Okay.
I don't like it when I'm playing doubles with someone because I don't want them to see what they're doing, like
Right.
my partner.
Fair.
Right? So if I ever set up a match, I'm setting it up as a combined average because I want them to know that it's a team thing. So no matter what you're doing, we're going to either play well or not play well together.
All right, I'm going to ask you a very expertise question here. At what point throughout this leg, if you are the second team, do you start shooting at the triples if your opponents are perfect throughout?
That's a great question. So you would have to do it immediately. So immediately, if they wanted to throw a perfect game, I believe Gates would have to open up throwing at a triple at some point, right? Because you just go hat trick. If you go 180, that only puts you at 191.
So technically, I know the 501 answer to this, and you can throw a hat trick in the first round. If your opponent throws another hat trick after that, you have to throw at least a 170 to leave yourself a finish on open out. In this situation, I don't know if it's the exact same math. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're incorrect with what you said, but we'll just go with it.
I'm not, but that's fine.
So if you throw a 501, that's 351. You said you have to at least throw a 170. That will leave 181, right? So you have to throw a 171.
We have to throw the 180 out in the second round then. Sorry about
Correct.
that.
That's all right.
My bad.
That's
so
why
you get
I'm
to throw a
here,
hat trick first.
Yes.
And
absolutely.
then you can take the chance.
So in the 701, you would have to immediately throw the 160 or 170 right away.
I forgot that you're good at math. I just, again, if I sound confident, no one else is going to know the difference until I have someone who knows math in my in the booth next to me.
Right. So if you throw if Gates would have opened at 170 and then went 180, that puts them at 171.
Fair. Which is an out in open out.
Correct.
All right, so advantage still here with Sugar Shane, Kenny, and Nick. Another hat trick here will do. He doesn't need to do anything different than that with open out.
You're absolutely right.
And he does exactly what he needs to do. All Jeremiah can do is hit a hat trick right behind because 85 is the exact same thing as leaving 55.
Yep. Some people like to shoot the 180 there just to kind of put the pressure on them and, hey, I just hit a 180.
Yeah.
What do you do here, Sean?
I go 9-bowl.
That is the only answer.
That's a weird
That
way
is
to
mega
do it.
weird.
I mean, he
hit
hit
it.
the dead center of the 9, so hats off to him. But, ladies and gentlemen, that is the wrong way to do that. I guess if you're an expert at darts, like these gentlemen are, and you know you're going to hit that single 9, whatever. But you mentioned it earlier. How often do you hit the big number?
Yeah.
Or do you miss the big number?
I never. Yeah, I always go 9-ball there as well.
Because at least if you had a double or a triple there of the 9, or if you miss one way or the other, you still leave a 1-dart finish or at least a finish opportunity. But if you miss that single 9 on dart 2, oops, you just busted.
Yep.
And I did not see who won that diddle there, so we will
Kenny.
all be surprised.
Kenny won the diddle.
Kenny get it?
He was in the double bowl, 1 hole in, and Gates was 1 hole out.
So the one thing that we've seen in this format is it has not really made a bit of difference who goes first and second. We've seen both situations really pan out quite evenly overall, which is kind of different than what you would expect. But this start here from Kenny is important. He's looking at the 19s right away. Is he going for the white horse? No, he goes back. Boom goes the dynamite there for Sunshine State Santa to get this leg started. And you just expect Leonard to follow right here. All 18s?
Yeah, absolutely. And I almost expect him to hit at least 7. That's a tough block dart.
Now he definitely hits a 9. Dang it. You were
Just
right.
remember, I played with him for a long time.
I forgot that you're good at this.
This is where as Shane, I wonder, he forces himself to know that he has to hit with playing with, with the team he's on and who he's playing against. When you're the player that is, I don't want to sound rude, the lowest man on the team, right?
Well, everyone knows who that it's the person who goes third.
Yeah, it's the person that goes third, right? So when you're that player, there's so much more pressure.
Yep. Oh, absolutely. And it typically will come down to your third player and what they can do, especially in certain math positions. You're going to be the one to get that first look at the bowl, and the pressure is entirely on you there at that point, especially if your 2 higher level players are doing their job, and you already know going into it you're the liability, and then you end up being the liability. Trust me, I've been there many times. You've never been in this position, but it is the worst position to be in.
I understand.
No, you don't.
No, you're right. I don't understand. I wish Jesse would have just shut the 20 down there. They were up 58 points. Shut the 20 down there. Even if you shut it down with all 3 darts, he can't go 6-17s and get the lead.
Look at this. Kenny Doyle, a 1 mark. I don't know how often I say that out loud, but it is very, very rare.
It is rare, and I've heard it twice, which is even more rare.
And you can't leave Leonard open doors because he just walks right through them. Boom goes the dynamite. Leonard Gates.
That is a game changer.
I mean,
It's a wrap.
that's the leg, right? Something shocking has to happen here with misses and hits from the other team for them to stay in this thing. So it looks like the team of Millar, Gates, and Gore, who lost in the very first round to, of course, the king seat right now, are going to be in prime position here to get back to the third place match.
I don't understand that. I don't understand that shot.
No, you got to get rid of the
Jeremiah.
16s, right?
Yeah, you're never going to lose there if you just shut the 16 down, and he knows that. He knows that. And now it's just it's wide open again.
Yep.
If I'm Jesse here, I
It
just
puts pressure on your third player.
yeah, it does. I just
Who's
not
still
even worry
who's
about
a
it. Just,
4.94 average, by the way.
yeah, man, which is unbelievable. Just close with the first start,
He doesn't.
and then point out.
Oh, no. This is a disaster. That's a disaster. Kenny Doyle, who is more than capable of hitting 9 marks at any time, is a 9 mark away from taking complete control of this leg.
And I would almost bet everything that I own right now that he will
Miss the first start?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I tried to
That was-
prolong that statement until he threw the
that's
first start.
smart. Because after that first start, he's definitely following it. But that's the wrong time to let off the gas with Leonard Gates following you. Aggressive or no? Nope. Not as aggressive as throwing after the 16s, but that's math, right?
Correct. But he still leaves the nine mark shot here to get ahead and close everything down. Yes, you go for it.
Yep.
Ah, I hate momentum.
But Sugar might be okay with that type of move.
You're absolutely right. We'll find out.
No, he's not.
He is not okay with that.
Not okay at all. That stopped the momentum completely. You were absolutely correct, and I'm going to say that multiple times this week, and I can't wait. And Maya's going to take full advantage here.
The way he plays, he won't even come off of it. Is he going to come off
he's
of
moved.
it? Yeah, he did.
Yep, and he hits it. What a time for a 9. Boom goes the dynamite, Jeremiah Millar, and that is the nail in the coffin.
You know, I feel like Shane should have asked Nick and Kenny. He's good enough to hit that first
Before.
start triple. Yeah. Ask before you approach the line. That way you
100%.
you don't have to stop.
Because you know exactly where you're shooting that first dart, and you know what you're trying to do there. Assume you're going to do it.
Absolutely. Just shut the 15 down here, Jesse.
Yep.
Doesn't matter how many darts. There you go. Now point.
Great darts from Jesse Gore. You go double bowl, close, close.
I mean, you could, you know.
It's Leonard, so
yeah.
he's not going to miss very often.
Right. I think that probably would have been the shot that he took.
There's going to be 2 darts here. Never mind. It's going to take at least 3. He's wanting to get over a 100-point lead first. There it is, right in the dead center on dart 3. Leonard Gates, just a little 6.0 from Soldier. And they do a little handshake. That was the 3rd place match. So the worst that Maya, Leonard, and Jesse Gore can do is 3rd place, which is in the money. So they've made it.
They have made the money.
And that means that Sunshine State Santa and company move to the 4th place match, where they will take on the winner of Carlos Saxby, Matt Graff, and John Pilgrim, and Corey Jensen, Ray Morgan, and Wes White. So that's another great match heading our way whenever it so chooses to do so. So we're going to go ahead and cut to an interview here between Mark McFadden, and the person that interviewed him was Nick Dichiria. Oh, it was Danny Baggish. All right, so guys, stay tuned for that interview, and then we'll be back with more action right after the break. Danny Baggish, Sean Green, live in TOC.
All right, here with Mark McFadden. First off, how was that drive?
Super long, 16 hours to be exact.
Where are you coming from, Mark?
Rochester, New York.
So you decided to drive 16 hours instead of take a flight. Is there any reason behind that? Because I'm scared of heights, so you tell me.
Well, my co-pilot is not a big fan of flying, and personally, I don't want to lose any of my luggage or anything like a bunch of other people have, so I just took the chance with him and just rode it out.
Fair enough. I actually thought I lost my luggage this morning. Welcome. This is your first time here? How you feeling?
A little nervous. I know what to expect because a lot of the people from my air have gone a few times, so they kind of briefed me in, but definitely a little nervous, but I'm ready to go too at the same time.
What was your thoughts when you first walked into the Expo Center and you seen this absolutely phenomenal setup?
I was pretty taken back. It's super professional, very, very huge. I mean, I've been to Chicago, I've been to many other big tournaments, and this one's pretty big and pretty well orchestrated too, I could say.
When you come here, you have everyone, Mike Maloney, Leonard Gates, Jeremiah Millar, a lot of the big hitters. How do you feel you can compete with them?
Personally, I don't really even look at it like that. I just look at it like I'm going to give it my best and hope it works out.
Oh, I'm sure it'll work out, Mark. Well, listen, we appreciate you coming. On behalf of PPD, USA Darts, and Magicware, good luck, my man.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Porky or Steve Hilger? Which one do you prefer?
Porky in the dart world. It's got to be. You know, there's too many Steves, and you know, I'm done playing. Oh, hey, it's Steve. You know, and 10 people turn around. Porky. That's it.
I'm surprised you didn't say Devin.
You know, he's younger. He's the younger version of me. But you know, I'm getting old. I got too much gray to be Devin anymore.
Second time here, Porky. How you feeling?
I'm excited. I mean, I was hoping it would come back. You know, last year I didn't do it just because it wasn't guaranteed it was going to be in person. You know, everybody hears me talk about how much I hate online play. You know, it's a different energy when it's in person. You know, I feed off my opponent's energy, I feed off the crowd's energy, and you can't do that online. So I'm extremely excited.
No problem, Porky. Without saying you're a favorite over Mike Maloney, with saying you're a favorite over Mike Maloney, you just did it just then. No, absolutely. So I heard about the Kansas City barbecue. I haven't been here. This is my first time. What are the expectations? Where do I need to go?
Anywhere. I like barbecue, like second best barbecue in the country. Sorry, Nashville takes it. But, you know, Kansas City, there you got LC's, Jack Stacks, which is more, it's pretty good. It's good if you don't, like, you know, have like your regular Dickies and all that from whatever area you're from. But yeah, there's a couple other ones I want to try out. Lakeside is one of them that I've never been to. I've heard nothing but good things. But more importantly, Whataburger has that chili burger this month, man. So my room is right next to the bathroom at this B&B, and I'm gonna put it to the test. So
I didn't even know there was a Whataburger here.
Man, you need to hang out with me more.
So PPD is putting on a great event, obviously, and it's unbelievable here. The Expo Center is unbelievable. What is your overall expectation, and how do you feel playing into that venue and with everyone around, and what's the feeling like? Since I'm not going to be out there, you tell me.
Man, I love it. I mean, you've been there on the big stage. You're no stranger to it. It's the same exact feeling on a lower level. I couldn't imagine being on like a PDC stage, but PPD and what they're doing, it really showcases like the talent that we have here in America for soft tip darts.
I'll tell you what, Porky, I got the feels when I first walked in. Good luck this weekend. I appreciate it, and we'll hit up Whataburger.
Absolutely. And barbecue.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Let me know. All right, everybody, welcome back to Kansas City, Missouri for the Tournament of Champions 2023. I'm Sean Green, joined by Danny Baggish. My goodness, your picture looks way better than mine. I even sent them an updated picture and everything.
Yeah, I'm not going to argue that. I'm glad you noticed that, but yes, it does, Sean.
Like, it looks like you have hair at least.
Well, compared to yours.
Well, listen, it's thin, but it's there for sure. Well, this is the 5th place match. So we are in the 2-loss side of the bracket, which is where we're going to pretty much stay until we get to that 3rd place match, where we're getting to double dip scenarios and then potential triple dip scenarios, which are always just fun to talk about over and over again. But Carlos, John, and Matt taking on Corey, Ray, and Wes. So we got Wisconsinites taking on South Dakotans.
Now, are they all Wisconsinites, and are they all South Dakotans?
I believe so.
Okay, we'll just go with it then.
I know the Wisconsinites are, and I know that Ray and Wes are. The only person I'm not 100% positive on is Corey Jensen, but I'm pretty sure that he is also South Dakotan. Yes, he is. That has been confirmed by our producer extraordinaire and director of USA Darts Productions, Mr. William the Goat Stuart.
Will is fine. No, you know, when you have to say that, you don't have to add Will the Goat Stewart. You could just say Will.
Will I am.
Yeah, I mean anything but Will the Goat Stewart. Like just Will, Sean.
Well, I always have to say Danny the Gambler Baggish, or else you don't pay me. So
the Gambler, right? That's my nickname. He is not the goat. So
all right, well, then
we just say Will.
Then you have to call me Nighthawk.
I'll call you whatever you want, but you know what I mean. Just Will the Goat Stewart.
Oh, I do Nick Young Buck Dirachi Teixeira.
I like it.
Do you know why Dirachi is part of his nickname?
Why?
The very first CSC Challenger Series, night 1 for season 1 for Will and myself, he introduced Nick Dirachi. And I made it a point, of course,
Oh my goodness.
to ask him repeatedly how to pronounce his last name. You know who didn't? The person who had to introduce him. So, joke was on us. See, Dominic
Yeah.
there warming up with Johnny Lackey. But yeah, I just wanted you to know how bad that definitely was. Of course, the first time that I ever posted the first match of the CSE Challenger Series Season 1, I believe I called Kenny Doyle Nick Kenny.
Nick Kenny. Okay.
Which is he's a steel tip player from Wales, correct?
He is, yes.
So yeah, I thought he was in the CSE, I guess.
Yep.
They look alike.
Not
at
even
all.
Close.
Not at all.
All right, so John Pilgrim, I just want to say the way he approaches the board, I've noticed that kind of just takes a deep breath, looks down, and composes himself. Good 7 mark there.
Ray Morgan has an interesting set to his throw, kind of like a little extra motion there. Speaking of interesting, here you go.
Get it, Spider-Man. Pew!
And his dart does pop into the dartboard too.
It does.
It's honestly impressive how hard he throws that dart with that follow through.
It's impressive how he hits anything with that follow-through, but
Yeah.
he masters it, and he does it well.
And now, if he were to try to change that, he'd be a much worse dart player.
Yeah, absolutely, because it's what he's used to, isn't it? Good shot by Corey.
Yeah, Corey Jensen silently just killing it.
Now, I think this is the one player that I don't know.
Yeah, this is Carlos Saxby. He plays in these top levels with these players all the time. He's a really good player, really solid shot. He might not be up to the same level as a John or Matt, but he's not far off, for sure.
Well, good for him to stay at this level and compete against these guys, because that's what's going to get you better.
And he continues to do that, and he has gotten quite a bit better. He belongs here in this room, or else they wouldn't be playing for 5th place right now with the great teams that we've seen that are already out.
You're absolutely right.
And again, you guys can all follow along on CompuSport if you just search Tournament of Champions or PPD major events or major tournaments. That'll bring you right here. And we are doing the Saturday's Triples right now. This is the no cap. And Ray Morgan. See, it's the take back that's just interesting. And you saw it slide out of his hands there.
And it's the bounce as he's throwing. But whatever works for you.
Yep.
Whatever works for you. I tell everyone, they try to get lessons and so forth. I tell everyone, it doesn't matter how you hold the dart, how you throw it. If you're comfortable doing it, like Matt Graff is showing.
Boom goes the Wisconsinite there from Matt Graff. What a time for that.
My perfect example is Dave Chisnell.
Oh, my goodness. It is hard to watch him throw darts often, but it's so pretty how often he hits 180s.
Absolutely.
And all 3 of those darts look entirely different on his follow-through. He just is really good at feeling the miss that he's throwing and adjusting before the dart releases his hand. I don't know how he does it over and over again like that, though.
Me neither, but he does it well. Nice shot by Carlos. He'll win a major. He will win a major soon.
Yeah?
Yeah, Chizzy. I don't know about Carlos, but Chizzy. Carlos, he needs
I thought
to
you were
play
talking about
steel
Carlos there. I was like, wow, you
Yeah,
went
yeah.
from unknown to winning a major title.
Believe. If you
never know.
believe, you never know.
All right, here's John Pilgrim. Been very consistent. And he's their A player, the player going number 1. And when I first met John, it was definitely the opposite with Matt and him. And I think Matt's just put a lot of confidence into John to continue to do his job, and he's done that so far. That last round, though, left an opening.
It did. He had 2 numbers, and he chose to point first. I would have just shut the 16 down. See if it comes back to haunt them. But Matt with his
He just 9-marked.
Spider-Man that just 9-marked it is going to come back and try to do the same thing here.
It's a good
When
start to
you're
it.
feeling it. When
There
you're
that
feeling
goes.
it, you're feeling it.
Oh, almost back-to-back nines for Matt Graff, but he has single-handedly switched this thing around.
It's just amazing. Every time I watch him play now, it's just amazing how accurate he is with his technique.
Yep.
But as he is showing it, it is working.
He does blame everyone else around him, though, because he said no one told me otherwise when he first started playing darts, and so then it stuck.
Well, which is a good thing, because no one had to tell you.
Yeah.
Because you weren't doing anything wrong, obviously.
But seriously, no one else try that.
No, don't, please. Please don't. Yeah, point here, Carlos. It's only 2 bulls.
Yep.
Single does it there.
Yeah, adds the extra bullseye on there. Because everything's divisible by 25s is what you're looking at there.
Absolutely. And I have a feeling he's going to, yeah, see? A very veteran of the game. Oh,
Those were already closed. Twice.
yeah, I don't know. Yeah, he just looked at the board wrong, I guess.
Yep. And John Pilgrim's going to take advantage of it. One more bull needed. And there it is. It's another double. So that'll do it. The South Dakota team gets 5th place. And the Wisconsinites continue to move on. They take on Kenny Doyle, Nick Selepic, and Sugar Shane Johnson for 4th place. That will be the next race to 1 here now in the last chance side of the bracket. This is where it gets nitty-gritty here in the race to 1 side. This is the last race to 1, though.
A lot of pressure. A lot of pressure in this one game, I can only imagine. So, as they're getting hyped back there, Matt and John. Go ahead, guys. Y'all deserve that.
What? So we're going to go ahead and show you another interview here. This one's going to be with Hunter Smith, Jake Smith's cuter half. So stay with us.
Great player.
Yeah.
Hunter Smith, how we feeling?
Good.
Just good. Just good.
Yeah, just good.
Okay, so from what I understand, you've been here, this is going to be your 6th time or 5th time?
5th time.
And last year was your first win?
Yes.
And how did that feel?
Really good.
So we're going from good to really good.
Really, yeah. Well, that felt really good. That felt really good.
So how is it just to, obviously I haven't played this event yet, right? So when you hold that check, is that such a good feeling, like a great feeling?
Oh, it's an adrenaline rush for sure.
Absolutely, absolutely. How long have you been playing, period, Hunter?
6 years.
So 6 years, and you already have a huge win under your belt.
Yes.
All right. Now, coming into this, you're defending champion in that event. But let's talk about the Cricket Doubles Invitational. From what I understand, you're playing with your husband, Jake Smith.
Yep.
Now, is that going to be good, really good, or we're just not going to answer?
It depends on what mood we get each other in.
Well, that's great, because I can't wait to see that one. What are your expectations in the other events? Are you feeling good? Did the darts feel good? How you coming in? What's the form like?
They're feeling good, but it's a really tough competition, so you have to go into it with your head strong and just hope to do your best.
Absolutely. It is a tough competition, but you're here for a reason, and on behalf of PPD, we thank you, and good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
All right, welcome back to Kansas City, Missouri, the KCI Expo Center, live here for the 10th Annual Tournament of Champions. I'm Sean Green, the one on the left that looks better looking, and I'm joined by the older gentleman there on the right, Mr. Danny Baggish. Danny, buddy, we've had a great opening day so far. Triples, open triples, no cap event. This is the 4th place match between the Wisconsinites, and they are taking on Kenny Doyle, Nick Dichiria, Floridians, and Sugar Shane Johnson, who's another Wisconsinite. So a little Wisconsinite on Wisconsinite action here.
Yeah, it's going to be a good match as Kenny looks to open up with a 9 mark again. Just misses. Oh.
Earthquake
Yeah.
here in Kansas City.
Yeah, sorry, I'm a little thrown off as we come back with that wonderful joke you just had right off when we had it off air there. So,
Hey, I told you I didn't want to say it. John Pilgrim only
absolutely.
gets 4 17s there.
If anybody wants to know, because I know you want to know now, we were just talking, and he was asking about my experience overseas, and he says, Danny, who was the hardest competition for you overseas? And I was going to answer, and he laughs and says, oh, never mind, everybody was. and I laughed as well because, you know what? He was right. So here we go. Nice shot by Matt.
You did beat the
AKA
Canadian
Spider-Man.
often. You had the best of the Canadian, at least at the right time.
Listen, if you really want to know, Raymond Van Barneveld, he's never beat me. This is all through these matches. James Wade, he's never beat me. And these are players I've played at least twice.
Okay.
So,
I was gonna ask you how often that came about. So that's good.
Yeah. So
So those two.
There's more on the list. I just for some reason I can't remember.
That's weird. You can probably count all those on 2 hands, maybe.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Well, there's already 2, so I couldn't say 1 finger. All right, caller Saxby. Let's back to the match here. He gets a 3 mark only. So Kenny Doyle, Sunshine State Santa, is going to see what he can do. And
Close and go, isn't he?
He's going to go right at the 17s. Back to point.
Yep. The last couple matches and really all day here, it's been up and down for Kenny. Nick is, as we've seen, has struggled a little bit.
Yep.
Shane, I think, has been pretty consistent.
The quiet, consistent one.
Yeah, the quiet, consistent one. So if Kenny and Nick can just turn it up a little bit. Oh, John misses that last dart. I could see them making another run back.
Absolutely. Well, this is the 4th place match. This is the last automatically going only 1 leg here. Cricket. And whoever wins this one will have to double dip Jeremiah Millar, Jesse Gore, and Leonard Gates in the 3rd place match, or else they're out.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough task to do, isn't it? Have to double dip Jeremiah. Oh, almost there. Jeremiah, Gates, and Jesse. That's it's just hard to even say it. Very unlikely, let's just say.
Yeah, for sure. Even though both these teams more than capable, the problem is that it's just, I mean, to beat them once is one thing, and that's possible, but to have to do it twice without losing is very, very difficult. That being said, the format does kind of set up for it at least a little bit, because it will be the 1-loss side, so it will be cricket 5-0 or 7-1 cricket, which does kind of favor the team going first in the leg number 2 to go to a last leg decider at least, and then it's just a race to 1, and then if they beat them there, then it's still just another race to 1. Anyone can win 1 leg against someone else.
Anyone, and we've
I might be able to beat you 1 leg.
Yeah, well, we won't stretch that, but you're right. Most people can just win 1 leg, right? So, and going second, we've seen it happen a few times there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Going second, you winning just the 1 leg. So, yeah, it's not out of the question. It's not impossible, but it's definitely a hard task.
I would argue that today so far we've actually seen the team going second win more often than the team going first in cricket. It actually has been that close at least.
Yeah, and it just shows the caliber of the players. When you're that good to go, you're going second and winning legs. It's a tough task, and they're doing it. So it shows how good that they're playing.
That's a tough second dart because there's no way he's hitting this double bull without Getting really lucky almost. Yeah, you can see it there. That was a great dart, though.
Yeah, I was hoping he'd hit it just because.
I said really lucky. He
yeah.
could have gotten that.
Can't be luck if you're aiming for it, Sean.
Well, Sugar Shane's going to aim right at those bowls and try to hit 3 of those bad boys to finish the one off and go to the third-place match. And there it is. So the run ends for the Wisconsinites, who had a great run to 4th place, which, unfortunately, in this bracket is the first loser right out of the money. So at least they got to have fun today.
Great time. Great time to play all those darts and unfortunately be one out. So, yeah, what a match we got coming up.
I'm so sorry to the Wisconsinites for me having to bring that up right away. But as you look in the background there, there's, well, a very close-up of the jersey of Sugar Shane. But there's Andy.
And the old pup of the day.
My goodness, Nick just knows where that camera is, that gorgeous human being.
It kind of seems that way, doesn't it?
Doesn't Shane look like a goat?
Sugar Shane is something else.
Yeah.
He looks like he's from Wisconsin. Like, that's how from Wisconsin he is. Did you see Gary and Cole in the background there? There's Kenny Doyle. A lot of people, a lot of great darters in the room. None better than you, sir.
Thank you. I appreciate that. But
Except for
definitely-
Jules.
Yeah.
And if any PDC player was here.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But,
Sorry.
One right now. One right now, right?
Exactly. He's the only one threatening that. But look at our sponsors there for this Tournament of Champions. You got Flashpoint Designs, Flight Faction, Monsta, Dart Militia, is that what that is? Horizon Darts, USA Darts Productions, of course, Magic Wear, Mammoth Custom Apparel, and LJ Sports. A lot of different clothing apparels, and that's what you love, is to kind of be able to cross-promote a lot of different companies. And, of course, our stream is sponsored by not any of those. but they have been flowing on this early morning. A lot of players were here at 8 o'clock in the morning, not to practice the dartboard, but to get those drink tickets.
Yeah, it's definitely something that I'm sure Jules is used to as the PDC.
Oh, is it a drink ticket thing?
It is, yeah, drink ticket thing, you know. Get our drinks.
You don't get free drinks as a professional?
No.
Man,
no chance.
You got to renegotiate that contract. Is there a CBA or something?
Should be. Definitely should be.
There you go. You got to be the hero of the players right now, Danny. Oh wait, never mind. You're not.
Anyways, here's Jeremiah. Look, what's the over under? 1.5 on how many or what number piece of gum that is?
Oh man, he chomps his gum.
Yeah, I'm setting it over under 1.5.
I actually don't know if he just has the same one in his mouth the whole time. With how quickly, with how like effectively he chomps, you would think that it would waste that flavor real quick. So he's got to have some high quality gum first. I bet he spent some money on his gum.
He probably does.
What do you think it is?
I think it's...
Chat, let us know the flavor that you think this gum is.
It's got to be a spearmint.
I was going to say spearmint as well. I think that's a good go-to. He doesn't seem like a cinnamon kind of guy, and he's definitely not a winter mint or wintergreen. Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Good question. Which pros on the PDC drink before a match? Every one of them?
What was the question?
The question in the chat was one that you probably can't even answer. Which pros on PDC drink before a match? And you can I guess you can also talk about water. They didn't specify.
They did not specify.
All of them then, right?
Yeah. All of them. But
none of them go thirsty?
Like 3. All of them but 3.
All of them but 3.
Yeah, all of them but 3.
We got Dave Garfinkel in the chat. What's up, brother?
Big Dave.
Yeah, love Dave. Such a nice guy.
So what do you think that's the first piece of gum, or you think that's the second or third?
No, it's definitely been quite a few. He also is one to it's got to be tough also. Oh, this might change the flavor option because it's got to be one that goes well with alcohol, right?
Oh, that's a good point.
Because that'd be weird. Maybe it is his only first. It's his first one because as soon as it gets unflavored, that's when you can start drinking and it doesn't affect it.
So the 1.5 spread is a good number.
I think it is. It might be. Lissandro says Bazooka Joe. I love that.
Old school Bazooka Joe.
Juicy fruit.
You're laughing, but I think that's a good one.
It might be. Jess, sounds good, brother. Guys, let us know who you're tuning in for. It's definitely not those two down there at the bottom. Sean Green, Danny Baggish. That is our names.
Yeah, speak for yourself. They might be tuning in for me, buddy.
Big League Chew is what Garfinkel says.
Why are they texting each other? They're right next to each other. I don't understand why people do that. As the room is filling in, they're filling
look at
in.
this. They're getting ready for the third place match and then the finals here of the No Cap. And you can see the entire streaming area. This is the much smaller portion of the venue. You go out through those curtains there, and it's just a sea of dartboards.
It is. It's a beautiful, beautiful view. It's a great sight.
All those dartboards in use as well, which is also crazy.
Yeah. I went live earlier, and I just had to share it. So definitely,
I missed it.
Yeah, definitely beautiful scene.
I got to take you off mute.
Do you really have me on mute?
No.
You, Sean. Take
No,
me
of
off
course
mute?
not.
Oh. I thought you were talking
never
because of
do
my
that.
Facebook.
No. I mean, that was the joke, but
Yeah, I got it. It just took me a minute.
yeah, for no. Or for no. For sure no.
Yeah, for sure no. No sure. Okay.
Jeremy's asking how many boards total. Do we have that number?
177 in the hall, 8 in here. So
There's 8 in here and 177 in the hall.
Which is 185 for anyone that has trouble with math. Won't mention any names.
It's a lot of hands
It is.
needed for that.
Absolutely. Look at that. Gates wins the diddle, and he has his own button pusher in Jeremiah Millar, returning the favor.
Jeremiah Millar, of course, the only one with a button pusher in the CSE Challenger Series, or at least he was the OG. And that Brian Henry of Motor City Darts, who I have not seen yet. Where you at, Brian? What's going on?
Did he try to, was he the one, because I know he put an application in. I didn't know if it was for that. But I know that Jeremiah submitted something in protest to have Brian Henry be the button pusher for the CSI as Gates opens up
There
the
you go.
9 mark.
Yeah, that's Leonard Gates. That's Leonard Gates that we know and love right out the gate, getting it started.
No pun intended.
It happens more often than not because of just that I say that saying a lot.
Yeah. I
Kenny
understand.
Doyle only a 3-mark follow. Again, this is a race to 2 here. This is the third place match, so they go to the 1-loss format, which will be cricket 0-1 cricket. The cricket does set up, or the 0-1 does kind of set up for the team going first in leg number 2 to have the best chance to winning, with it being open bowl 7-0-1, open and open out as well. So that's where the 25 and the 50 are both worth 50 points there on the bullseye. But Sugar Shane, nice 8-mark there. It's a little bit too little too late, though.
7 mark, but yeah, a little
Yeah,
bit.
what am I
too,
saying?
It's all right. A little bit, yeah. Use your hands. A little bit too late for that. As Jesse's going to shut the 18 down. There he goes.
The Maloney double.
Oh gosh, the Maloney double.
Oh,
You know-
I hate that shot.
Mike Maloney has affected a lot of people with his online play, right? As Nick tries to shoot the double as well. He's affected everyone with his
Yep.
play, and it's been great. But he's affected him the wrong way with,
Yep.
with this double shooting. I absolutely don't like it, but, works for him.
Leonard Gates, again, a little bit unconventional in the way that he goes about it, but when you're hitting everything, you can do whatever you want.
Guys, I want you to really understand, and Jeremiah's face when Gates goes up and throws a shot is just in like, what's he doing?
And, of course,
And then he hits it.
absolutely, and Leonard wears headphones, so he's not going to really talk to his partners about that strategy. They just kind of trust each other in that regard, and so it's that they did not talk that out beforehand. But look at that, a 6.60 from Jeremiah Millar. Leonard Gates went 9-mark, 5-mark, so he also was above a 6. And that's Jesse Gore threw once in that leg.
Yeah, so 7.0, 6.60, and a 5.0 for the team. Yeah, that's hard to beat.
Well, here we go. The 701 leg, where again it tends to favor player number 1. The team going first, but we've seen some perfect legs out of the team of Jeremiah, Jesse, and Leonard already. Yeah. Do you just do like a fly motion there at the end?
Yeah, he does that a lot. If you notice, he does that a lot. Usually when he misses though, so I was surprised to get that when he hit the hat.
My favorite thing that he does is when he calls himself Gator, which should have been his dart nickname, hands down.
Absolutely.
Come on, Gator. Says it all the time. It's great.
But I love the little twist there with the soul, S-O-U-L.
Oh, yeah.
That was good. You see a perfect game from Millar and Gates and Jesse here?
If Jesse hits a hat trick here, absolutely.
Yeah, that's usually what it's based on, the third player, isn't it? Nick's been struggling. He's going to want to hit the hat here.
Gets the low ton, but again, at this point, it's really in the hands of Jeremiah, Jesse, and Leonard now.
It is, and it's going to put a lot of pressure on the next player, which is Kenny. Kenny knows he has to shoot a 170 here. 150, 160 doesn't work, so leaves 179, 169. So he's going to go 170 here to try to leave that out, or else Gates and them will have the first shot, and he doesn't do it. You wanted to see if he was going to do it, didn't you?
Oh, I knew he would actually do that, and you're absolutely right. And honestly, even me, who's a level 6, level 7 player, whatever, I'm thinking about that as well.
Yeah.
On my shot, I want to make sure I leave my opponent or my partner the first look at a finish if I can. So, and as a partner, I expect my partners to do the same thing.
Absolutely.
For me, so that's textbook, and at this level, they're absolutely doing all of that.
Well, we would hope so.
Yeah, if they're not, they're getting lucky to be in the third place match right now.
Yeah.
Because most of the room is. Well, this is one of those where Shane just goes, well, just in case he misses. This is a bit of a trickier out with the 144, but he can start on the bull here.
Yeah, he will. He'll go bull and then 54.
This is the big dart.
Oh, he knew it.
Yep.
He knew it, yeah. I love his.
You just go bullseye here, right?
Yeah, of course. I'd waste a few more seconds, but yeah, you go bullseye.
Just to make him think about it a little bit more.
Yeah, make your opponent think about it more.
No, that's not a bad leave. Little 2-dart action. Single bowl.
And Nick.
Yep.
He's been, like we say, he's been struggling. He needs to write it off here.
Trip 19.
He will go trip 19. I'd go trip 20 here.
I go bullseye here.
I go trip 20 because if you hit a single, it still leaves 54.
And I like the bull for double 12. But you're probably right now. But I expect myself, as I would expect someone like at his level, to hit the bullseye there on dart 2.
I don't disagree, but like I tell everyone, you always got to make sure you're
double 10.
Gonna miss.
Oh, you can go single 20. That's right.
You know what I mean? A lot of these players,
you're right,
take it for granted.
But there you go. So this is where the finals becomes even more interesting because Jeremiah Millar, Jesse Gore, and Leonard Gates now only have one loss as we head to the finals, so they will still need to lose twice to Jules, Mike Carter,
and Johnny Lackey.
And Johnny Lackey.
Yeah.
How did I forget him? That's the first time that's ever happened for him, I'm sure. So there you go. They still have to. So Johnny, Jules, and Mike still have to beat them twice in order to win this thing. Versus the 3 times, so it's only a 1-loss difference. Both these teams stacked.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's going to be a fight. Every leg, every game is going to be good, and Gates and them, they want revenge.
Absolutely, 100%. And this is going to be a good one. I'm telling you right now. The lowest average cricket player, in this finals, is a 4.689.
That's Johnny, isn't it?
It is.
And he's been playing above that. He's been playing above that. So if he can, and like we said, it's going to be based off the third player usually, right? So if he can play above his average and Jesse play above his average, we're going to be in for a slaughter here. It's going to go back and forth.
Yeah, I mean, averages-wise, it does favor Jesse Gore, Leonard, and Jeremiah with their averages. But with how Mike Carter, Jules, and Johnny have been playing today, this is anyone's ballgame. What? All right, so we're going to head to an interview here while we get ready for the finals. But don't go anywhere. Hit that like button, hit that share button. Danny Baggish, Sean Green, back for the finals right after this.
Danny Baggish, we're happy to have you out here for your first ever Tournament of Champions, brought to you by Partners Promoting Darts in Kansas City, Missouri. How's it feel to be out here?
The feeling's unbelievable. This is the first time out here to be able to work with such a great crew like yourself and Sean and Jen and, of course, Will. It's great. And when I first walked in here, it was unbelievable. I've been into a lot of venues, you know, Alley Pally, so forth. But when I walked in here, I actually got goosebumps. It just the vision, just the atmosphere, and what I saw with nobody, with an empty room. I visualized everyone in here, and it was just great.
Well, I mean, that's a high praise for someone with your prowess in the darting scene, but we're working on another aspect of your career when it comes to commentary and production and doing other things. I mean, how exciting is it to be doing that all week long?
As long as I get to work side, you know, yourself and Sean and Jen and Will, I think it's going to be great. I think I love it. The commentary part of it, I just keep it real, keep it 100, and if they like it, they like it. If they don't, they don't. I'm never going to sugarcoat anything. I'm always going to give my honest predictions and try to give my knowledge to everyone watching as well.
Yeah, and now we have a really high contentious topic here. A lot of fans of the food reviews of Porky are kind of coming into woodworks, and then there's the travel baggage fans as well. What do you have to say about that whole beef between the two USA Dart shows?
There's no beef. I don't like that word because then you're just kind of catering towards the food.
There was actually beef, yeah, and
no beef. Okay. No, it's okay. It's Porky. It's all right. I don't mind with him. I like him. I love the guy. But travel baggage, everyone knows that they always going to watch my show more so.
And then getting your opinion as a professional darts player, what do you feel about seeing something like a triple elimination style bracket and what that might be like to see these players experience this for maybe their first time?
I think it's great. I think it's unfortunate for players like Maloney being in person. But it's unbelievable. I can't wait to join next year. And it's going to be an awesome experience for players just now joining and be able to experience the triple elimination.
Can you beat Mike Maloney in arm wrestling?
I'm going to be honest with you. Online, no.
You heard it here first. Danny, is there anything else you want to say to the people that are going to be hearing your lovely sultry tones all week long?
Absolutely. Once again, thank you to Nick, Jen, Sean, Will. I appreciate all of you. And PPD, thanks for having me. If it wasn't for all of you guys, I wouldn't be here, and I appreciate it. Travel baggage, #1. Thank you.
want to get into darts, but you're not sure how, we can definitely help with that. We're A to Z Darts.com, and we've been a darts specialty store for over 30 years. We have the greatest variety of darts in the country. But don't worry, we can narrow down that selection for you, whether you're a complete beginner or a full-on expert. We developed our own Colonial brand to offer an inexpensive line of darts, dartboards, and accessories, so you can get into the game without breaking the bank. Join our amazing community by going to azdarts.com.
So today we're going to learn how to throw a dart. In each turn of darts, you get 3 darts to throw. So with all 3 darts in your non-throwing hand, step up to the toe line. If you're right-handed, put your right foot on the line. Lefties, left foot. This isn't baseball, so you want the same foot forward as your throwing arm, not the opposite. Usually the toe line is set so that your foot will be right up to the front edge of the line, not behind it. This toe line is also known as the Aki. The position of your front foot is usually at an angle to the line, to some degree. Your back foot should be a little bit wider than shoulder width away from the front. Put 1 dart in your throwing hand while holding on to the other 2 darts in your other hand. Looking at the dartboard, focus in on a spot you want to hit. To start, let's look right at the bullseye. As you stare at your target, lean forward, bring the dart up and draw it back towards your eye. Throw the dart by moving your hand and forearm towards your target, keeping everything else as still as possible. Hold your position while transferring the second dart to your throwing hand and repeat your throw. Once you've thrown all 3 darts, your turn is complete and you can retrieve your darts from the board. And yes, it will take some practice to get the dart to go where you're aiming. It's not as easy as the pros make it look. But with practice, I guarantee your accuracy will get better, and I tell you, there's nothing better than having 3 darts go exactly where you wanted them to. If you've already been throwing darts and have had success with something slightly different than what I've just explained, great, fantastic. As long as it works for you, no problem. Just keep in mind that any extra movement in your throw will make it harder for you to hit your target consistently. As a beginner, just try to get all 3 darts to land in the same area. As you build your confidence, you can narrow down your target, getting all 3 darts to land in one number, say, like the 20s.
All right, welcome back, everybody, to the 10th Annual Tournament of Champions, brought to you by Partners Promoting Darts, live at the KCI Expo Center in Kansas City, Missouri. I'm Sean Green, play-by-play commentator. joined, of course, by the gambler, Mr. Danny Baggish. Danny, this is the finals of the no-cap triples, and we got ourselves a doozy.
Oh, absolutely. This is what we had on paper, I think. I think this is the two best teams in the room, and they're going to fight it out.
It looked like the screen switched on Leonard right as he was about to throw the dart.
Yeah, whoever programmed that at that time was smart.
Jules owes that person money. That's just on the inner there, the double, and that's a blocker dart on top of it.
Not if you're JVD. Watch this. Yeah, blocker dart. Yep. All right. So here we go. Gates and them go. Gates and Millar and Gore with the throw.
And let's talk format here. This is the finals of the no cap. So this first match will be a race to 2 all cricket between Jules, Mike Carter, and Johnny Lackey. And they are on the king seat, so they have to be beaten 3 times by Leonard, Jeremiah, and Jesse Gore. Jesse Gore, Leonard Gates, and Jeremiah Millar are only have 1 loss, so they still have to be beat twice. This could go 3 more matches, and that would be wonderful.
Yeah, it would be a win for everyone. One team here, they say it's hard to beat, in sports terms, they say it's hard to beat a team 3 times.
Yep.
Well, one team here is going to do it.
And they have to.
Yeah.
Because this was also the match to play for the king seat. So the only loss that – oh, no, this was the very first match of the day for both of these teams.
That is correct.
And they almost knew when they had to play each other this early on that this was probably going to be the finals. A lot of teams tried to make that not the case, but did not work out that way.
And we were just talking earlier about how long it's been since Johnny, Jules, and Mike has played.
Yeah, so who has the advantage here? The team that's played the most rapid fire here in the last 2.5 hours, or the team that waited for 2.5 hours?
Oh, man, that's a tough one because I think, obviously, with the team that's coming in hot, you would say has the advantage. But because this is such capable players, all of them, I don't think it matters in this situation, as he should be taking the shot at the 20, shaking his head, and he's going to drill it.
Oh! Almost.
0 for 14 already.
Welcome to the commentary booth, buddy.
Yeah, that's all right.
I think that you're right there. I'm going to make one other point is that even if it is a slow start for Johnny, Jules, and Mike, they have a loss to give, so to speak. It's such a long format here with a team having to win 3 times or twice that they can almost have an off match and still win this pretty easily.
Agreed. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say the player who has the lowest average between Jesse and Johnny, the player that has a higher average, that team will win.
Okay. It will come down to the third player.
The third player, correct. As I say that, Gates missed the big number to close.
Well, sometimes it comes down to the first player. But Jules is only going to do the bare minimum here, too. Not even the bare minimum. But you do like the strategy of closing the high ground there. The problem is that it's going to be so much easier for Maya to close the high ground on them after he trips the 18 on dart 1.
Sure. And he was obligated there after he took the shot and missed. So.
Oh, he's going to 17 instead. Is that for the switch purposes, or is it because it's a more comfortable number for him?
Maybe height, eye level. It's easier, he's not throwing up to the number. And I'm actually, I'm being dead serious. I know people probably laughing at it or whatever the case may be, but
I giggled because I thought you were trying to make a slide at him for his height.
Well, I did do it, but I do have some truth behind that.
Here is Jesse Gore from Lakeland, Florida. Only a 2 mark from Jesse. So Johnny Lackey here, Dr. Handsome from Houston, Texas, is going to see what he can do.
Johnny Lackey.
Not even thinking about moving at any point in time.
Nope. bigger number, no need. Make them chase you, but you have Gates behind you. So, like you said, it's chess versus chess in this match. I was going to say checkers, but obviously it's not. That's not a good comparison.
I mean, that's the comparison I make between cricket and 501. In this case, it's a lot more math-related at this level of play. Every once in a while, you'll see someone like Leonard Gates, who, math-wise, is not his strongest part of his game, will play off a feel. And because he's so good, that feel will work. And you can see Maya and him actually talking strategy there about what Leonard would rather him do, which is interesting, that he had him take out his headphone and have that conversation with him just to make sure they're on the same page here.
See, my thing there is if you trip the 15, another triple doesn't put you ahead.
Yeah.
Right? You're still only five balls down. I actually go 15, and then I go trip 16, and then I go to the bull. I don't even look at the 15 because it doesn't give you the point lead. Hitting a triple only gives you another ball.
Oh, no.
The Mike Maloney effect.
Yep. Dynamite tried to go for the double, and that's what happens. If you go outside, that's a bad dart. And the opportunity is definitely there for this to switch completely. A 9 mark will do that for Jesse Gore. There's the first one. Needs another one of those. Oh, now it's going to stay. Got to hit dart 3, though.
Have to.
Johnny Lackey's been consistent.
Yep. Just make sure you shut the 15 down. That's most importantly, and then at least hit 116.
It's a good double on dart 2.
That's big.
He made up for that first dart.
He did. You just said good double on dart 2.
I know. I never would say something like that, but it's also because the treble was blocked there. Gates going to put some pressure on that round. It's still doable, but it's Jules.
Yeah. 5-3. We expect Jules to hit the 3 here and go ahead 1-0.
There you go. They're one leg away from winning this first match and giving the team of Jeremiah, Jesse, and Leonard 2 losses. You can see one of our production team there, and I don't know if you can see him in the bright pink hair, but that's Nick Youngbuck Dichiria. And this right here is Soldier Leonard Gates. Starting off with a nice boom goes the dynamite right out the gate.
Love it. Absolutely love it. It seems so surreal listening next to you with the boom goes the dynamite.
The surreal part is that it's the thing. There's young buck Nick Dichiria getting his camera all set up for some winning darts because they'll happen eventually. I don't know if you guys can see Andy back there looking like he's having the time of his life. Sitting on that top level there in his PPD jersey. Mike Carter looking down at the 19s. Now going to go back up.
Excuse me. Yeah, Jules' team here going second. It's going to be tough to win this leg, especially when Jesse's smashing in 5, 7, 9 marks.
You said the third player is going to make the difference. The difference on why this is the king seat here for Jules, Johnny, and Mike is because Johnny Lackey has thrown very, very well this morning. You see it there again. See a lot of Houstonites. I don't even know if that's a thing. Texans back there in the background. I'm just going to guess that's not a thing.
Every state's going to be somethingnites.
Nah, hey, it makes it easier on me, you know.
2 mark by Gates there, opening for Jules. He's gonna look to pounce on that one.
Yeah, he would have loved to take a shot at the closing the 20s.
Absolutely. There's that. I do that a lot as well. When a player of Gates' caliber and Jules, they're in front of me and they open up with 2 mark, I put more emphasis on my throw to punish it. But sometimes it doesn't work out that way.
It's a shark smelling blood in the water.
Absolutely.
That was an interesting release on dart 3 from Maya. I don't know if you saw that.
You saying a bit snatchy?
Yeah, it was a little snatchy. Mike Carter gets that point lead back. But again, they know 5 marks is not enough right now, which is, again, crazy to say. You don't like it, do you?
No, I don't like it only because they have the 20s. And
there's owner of Partners Promoting Darts, Mr. Jim Turntine.
Take your shot, Johnny.
He did. Is that the dart?
Yeah, that's the shot I would have taken. I don't think Gates is going to not look at anything else but that triple 20. I still don't, and no matter what he's thinking about, I still don't think he shoots the 17 here.
See, Maya yelled something at him, but Gates has headphones in, so he's not listening to that. I bet no one expected that dart.
No, but he proved me right. No matter what he does, he's not shooting the 17.
That's true.
He was actually just turning up the volume because he can hear me. Yeah.
Yeah, great dart from Jules.
Look
and
at
there
that.
you go. The Dragon's breathing some fire.
He is.
Needs a triple. Gets the triple as you look at it.
Yeah, you have to at this point. Jesse's saying whatever you want to do.
Right. And Leonard,
Jeremiah's just looking for it, so just tell me something. What do you want me to do? Don't overthink it. Tell me something.
but again, if you're Jeremiah Millar, he just loves to analyze, right? So that's why he really steps back and asks those questions. But he should know what he's going to do there on that third dart automatically.
Yeah.
And I like that dart right there.
Absolutely.
That he shot.
Absolutely. You're putting the pressure back on Mike. And there it is.
That's wide open now.
Wide open. 3:15 here. 3:15s here wins this game. That's all you got to be thinking about if you're Jesse. 3:15s wins this game. That's a wrap.
Got that.
Let Gates hit the bull.
Yeah, I was about to say.
You just load it up.
If you go points on dart 2, you go points on dart 3.
That's it.
Puts it out of reach. Yeah, and Johnny knows that would have made it 5.
5 to 3.
Would have been 5 to 3?
Yeah.
I knew you were here for a reason. Oh, wow.
Look at this.
And that's closed.
And he shoots the wrong number.
And Jules does not have winning darts.
He doesn't have winning darts. He's basically thinking the same thing. After I hit 3 bulls here, do I shut the 16 down? Do I shut it after I hit the first double?
You win all. Which doesn't even get the point lead. And Maya, again, just talking it out beforehand. But at least he's doing it beforehand here.
Sure, but this is, like, to me, just
shoot for the win?
Yeah, you just shoot the 3 bulls. You're in the no-cap division.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? No matter who you are, shoot the 3 bulls to win.
And Jesse Gore back there's like, see? Just like that. And there you go. Let's go to a last leg decider here in the first one. It's going to be cricket. In leg number 3, they're going to diddle for start. They're going to ask the most seasoned TOC players what the format is.
Jesse shooting a 5 there, and Johnny shooting a 4, 6, 7.
That's crazy. But there you go. And there he is.
There he is.
The man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Mike Maloney. In the flesh.
Talking to himself.
Saying hi to Jeremiah there real quick.
Yeah. Just basically saying,
Wow.
I think the smiles is because he's seeing people shoot the double. And he's excited that what he's doing online is
It's just weird to see Mike
everybody.
Maloney in a jersey. Usually he wears joggers and a plain white T-shirt.
Yeah.
Is it pronounced jogger or jogger?
Yager.
It's a soft J.
Yeah, I think so. There you go.
Leonard, I think.
Can you hear me, Gates?
Did he drop
Yeah, he dropped his
earpiece?
Make sure you can hear me.
Why'd you tell him to go single one on dart one?
No, I said just at least hit 6 here and you're good.
There you go. Is it good enough, though? You got
No.
Jules Van Doggen following.
No, sometimes 7 ain't going to be good enough. Not with these two teams.
Wow. Unexpected there. So, door's wide open already.
Just going to stay there. He's not going to beat. Yeah.
Yeah, he was stuck on it.
Not happy with that one. Not happy with that one. If I'm Mike here, if I trip the 18 at any point in time, I take a shot to close the 20.
That'll work.
Maybe Mike had the earpiece in. Can you hear me, Mike? No? Okay. Good
Just
shot
walk
there.
back behind the line if you can hear him. There you go. Good job. And only a 2 mark there from Jesse. So
This is the moment.
yeah,
This could be the moment.
Johnny Lackey's been really good today at taking advantage of the moment too.
And I actually, see, I know he's going 17 here. I actually like 18s there.
You like stealing that number.
Yeah,
Yep.
steal the number. That way they can't point and close your number.
Well, it completely makes the last round worthless for your opponent.
It does.
But now Leonard can run here with a trip 18, and then he'll close the 17s on dirt too, though. There you go. So again, for those of you just joining us here, this is the finals of the Open Cap Triples event here on day 1 of Tournament Champions, as we get a white horse from Jules Van Dongen. Well, there you go. Maya's feeding into the crowd a little bit. Did you see that?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Is he going to hit this double bowl here on dart 3, or is it going to cost him? Oh, no. He hit it in the black.
Yeah.
Just the wrong one.
Absolutely.
You got to love it. You got to have fun here, or else what's the point?
Totally agree. Still pressure. Still pressure.
absolutely.
On Jesse here.
4-3 race. My math's getting better.
It is getting better. We've only been here. Here it is.
Oh, that's a great second dart. No!
Oh.
You see him short arm it?
Oh, no. And who did we say it might come down to?
The third player on both
The
teams.
third player on both teams.
Can still do it. Now he cannot.
He kind of dropped that dart as well, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
I don't see Gates missing this one ball. What do you think?
No, not at all.
Yeah. And then we'll be 1 loss apiece.
We are 1 loss apiece, so they are dead even now. There is no longer a king seed or anything. The format now shifts as well to Cricket 01 Cricket. And that will happen for the next 2 matches, no matter what. But to be fair, Don, I do not know anything about darts. So you were half right.
I don't even know what was said, but yeah.
Arguably.
That's
All
okay.
right, so here we go. It is now 1 loss apiece. Cricket 0-1 cricket is going to be the format, and again, that's for the next 2 matches, no matter what.
Okay, so
because they're at least going to play 2 more matches.
Yeah. Okay, because it'll be 2 losses. Okay, it makes sense.
And if they split those 2 matches, then it goes to a just one leg of cricket for the whole kit and caboodle.
And I think that's what we want, don't we?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think the people watching along with us deserve it, which are over 1,000 people across our platforms. Can't tell you how much we appreciate that. Make sure you hit the share button here as we are dead even. You can see just how much these players respect and like each other, which is always good to see.
Oh, for sure.
Or are they just faking it nicely?
I think it's a mixture of all of it.
Jules gets it done there. You kind of expect him to with where that first start landed for Leonard. It's about the worst spot you can put a diddle just to leave it wide open for your opponent.
Yeah, so this is going to be cricket, and like we said before, going first here is huge. Trying to get the win, and then
with these 2 teams, you fully expect the team that goes first in this the second leg to win.
Absolutely.
With it being 7-0-1 open in, open out, full bowl. And we might see some perfect legs of 0-1 here. All right, so here we go. Jules getting us started. Live here at the KCI Expo Center in Kansas City, Missouri. This is the 10th annual Tournament of Champions. Brought to you by Partners Promoting Darts and USA Darts Productions. Here, I'm Sean Green, joined by Danny Baggish. This is the finals. And we're going to see some very high-quality darts between these 2 teams, to say the least.
Yeah, we already have, and I look forward to seeing more of it. We shouldn't be missing a beat, no matter who's throwing here.
Mike Carter at least closes the 19s there, which was the bare minimum of what he wanted to get accomplished.
Jeremiah's going to take the shot at the 20 at some point here. Should do at least. Right here?
I don't know. Yeah, it looked like he stepped over to open it up. By the way, anyone who's been listening along with us all day so far, nice starts there from Johnny Lackey, should understand what the entire strategy is for Danny Baggish when it comes to playing cricket now.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
The way you call shots on higher ground versus lower ground means that you do pay attention mostly to that style of play. You like having the higher ground when you can.
Yeah.
And shifting that when you can.
Yeah. I'm no grandmaster, but that's definitely my opinion on it. But everyone has an opinion, and it's not right or wrong. You have to hit the shot. That's the most important thing.
The only thing that you know for sure is that it's always the right shot if you hit it.
Always. Always. Doesn't matter.
Even when Jeremiah Millar is shocked and shaking his head at what you just did, at least you hit it.
Yep, absolutely.
All right, Mike Carter. Going to look up at the 20s here. You going to look at the 16s? Yeah, and he hits it. Boom goes the dynamite.
You could hear the crowd in here. That's what I like to see, and that's what I like to hear. The excitement behind it.
By the crowd, you just mean Alyssa Evans.
Yes.
Which is Mike's better half there in the background. She's become a fantastic dart player in her own.
Yes, she has. Good player. Good player, good supporter.
Playing in that women's CSI as well.
She is.
Yep.
Yeah, he's just going to take a shot now. Right shot. Jesse can't do much here except for just bang the 15s out.
Yeah, there's no reason to switch after the first 2, even with a little bit of a point lead. Lash just doesn't do enough, no matter what it was going to be, especially when you have Jules breathing down your neck.
Good shot at the triple to close there, Jules.
Yes, the right way to do it, right?
It should be the only way. But Mike has proven a lot of things to us, which is two things. One, shoot doubles in cricket, which we don't support. And two, if you want to be great like Mike Maloney, play online.
Wow. Leonard gets 5 of them, especially after that first start was a blocker for sure. Moves over and just hits 2 doubles. Jeremiah trying to keep him hyped up. And, uh-oh.
Yeah, that big number is just going to – I mean, for every 1 triple, you got to hit 3 bulls, sorry.
The math actually favored Mike staying up on the 20s on dart 3.
With Johnny next, does he take the shot to close? Nope, doesn't look like it.
And this is why dart number 3 should have been at the 20s. Because if it was at the 20s, then Maya wouldn't have a point lead here, and then Johnny could go 1, 2, 3 on the bulls. Still only 3 marks needed.
Well, he went both ways. Oh.
Whoa. Well, now we know why he did that.
Oh,
no.
My goodness. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness.
You can see how...
Oh, the adrenaline's hitting Jesse right now.
Yeah, he was not expecting this
No,
for
absolutely
sure.
not.
I mean, yeah, you don't blame him for there. And Jules is like, thank God.
Oh, wow.
6.0 from Jules Van Dongen in that one. And you can see how upset Leonard and Jeremiah were at the opportunity that Jesse ended up getting.
Yeah.
Woo.
Well, that's Gates 1 not paying attention, Johnny 1 not paying attention, so almost cost both of them the leg.
They're dead even now on that.
Yeah.
Leonard only a low ton start.
Yeah, looking for Jules to open up with a hat here and take the 30-point lead. It's like throwing in the ocean.
You know what? You're not wrong, and that's why I don't like the full bowl option here. It's just, you can only watch the best dart players hit bowls so many times in a row.
Yeah.
Or hit low tons. He is not happy about that. 1 low ton is fine. 2 low tons is not ideal.
2 low tons puts a lot of pressure in your next 6 darts because they have to now go hat to leave it out.
Yep. And not an easy finish.
No, not at all. Not at all.
And staying perfect right now is your opponents are already up 1-0.
Yes. He has to hit the 2 bulls here to leave the 180, 177. He does.
Yep. So still a shot.
Jeremiah's got to tell Gates here. Shoot the 180.
Let's be honest, though. If you want one person to hit a 180 when you need him to do it, it's Leonard Gates.
Yes, absolutely. I'm thinking he should go 180.
No.
Because he's got the earplugs and earphones in, so he didn't hear him. But that's what you playing with him for so long. You got to tap him on the shoulder there, get his attention.
Yeah, Maya's not happy about it in the background. Oh, yeah. I mean, you weren't his partner in this time, but at Booyah Cup last year, you tapped Leonard on his shoulder and told him that the number that he was shooting at was closed.
Oh.
That was being so used to having him as a partner, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I would do that with anyone. I don't want someone shooting the wrong shot, and I win that way. So might have cost me the match there, but it's okay. I do it over again.
Yeah, and all Maya can do is leave the 57, which he does, but the 142 is also a 2-bowl finish here for Mike Carter because he can't hit that trip 14 on dart 3. And that's exactly what I do here is bullseye, bullseye, trip 14.
I think he hits it if he hits the second bull. Oh, there's the stop.
Well, he misgripped it.
Misgripped it, yeah. And how often does it mess your rhythm up?
That much. I'm surprised he went there on dart 2, though.
I'm very surprised as well.
So Jesse Gord, trip 19. We'll send this into a last leg decider.
If you missed the trip 19, don't miss low on the double.
That'll work.
Oh, that will work.
Just how he drew it up. 7 for bowl.
I think he shot it that way.
He definitely did not with how close that was on the wire to the
Absolutely
trip
not.
19. But if you're going to miss right there and gets it done. 1-1 scoreline. Let's go to another last leg decider. Guys, trust me, there's going to be way more of these
Yeah.
before this match is even over. Because they will at least play one more match after this one no matter what. Who will have the advantage? Will it be the first time that Jeremiah, Jesse, and Leonard do? Or will Johnny, Jules, and Mike continue to stay a match ahead? Well, that was a bit to be desired there for Gates. So it will be Johnny, Jules, and Mike with the start. We've talked about this so far today often. It's about 50-50 on the team going second winning this in this format.
I totally agree. It's going to be how fast can Gates' team get rid of the 20. That's what I think it's going to base on. When are they going to take the shot after they either get ahead or they're a little behind and they take the shot, they take away the big number.
Yeah, typically in this it tends to come down as to 1 or 2 darts that make the entire difference. And if that dart hits or misses.
It's a big last dart just to kind of stay within touch there. Mike's going to load up this 20. He's going to stay there.
That's an unlucky last to go through both the flights and end up in the trip 5.
Absolutely. Jeremiah's, the minute he hits the trip 19, no matter what dart it is, first, second, he's going to take the shot at the 20.
He's staying there.
He'll take the shot now, though. And then celebrate if he hits it.
There it is.
There it is.
And there's this, come on.
Yep.
Boom goes the dynamite, Jeremiah Millar. That's what you got to do in last leg deciders. Point lead back. And hey, if you want to get qualified for TOC 2024, all you got to do is go to dartstoc.com and check out the map. The map shows any location with G3 boards within the PPD system. And it doesn't take a ridiculous amount of games to be eligible either. Consistently playing 1 league a week will keep you eligible for this event in the future. Again, go to dartstoc.com to get signed up today. Playing a little chess instead of checkers there in that? Or was that?
No, you get to a certain point when you're over, they're 120, 130 points behind. Shutting their number down isn't going to matter. So why not just open more numbers and just hope they falter a little bit and then take the shot on down the line.
And whichever number they don't close, then you can point the next.
Exactly. Wouldn't be surprised here if Mike kind of see he's just thinking, do I go 16? Do I go 18? It's going to go 18.
Staying
again.
Well, that's the right decision because he hit it. That's why they call him Dynamite Carter.
Good
yeah.
sportsmanship there from Maya there.
He wants this, though. Maya likes to play challenged matches. He likes to be pushed to his limit. I think it takes a lot out of him after the match is over, of course, but I don't think he'd have it any other way than this. Follows up his 9 with a 3.
Yeah, Johnny's licking his chops here. You see him back there kind of in the groove with his music, and I think he's going to have a big shot here. I think he knows what he's going to do. He knows he's going to take a shot at the Trip 19. He's just composing himself.
It's going back. Oh, he made that decision quickly on dart 3.
I don't mind it. Maybe he had it decided already before he shot the second dart, saying if I miss, I'm just going to stay there. But I think it's the right play. Once again, just my opinion.
No, for sure.
Yeah, I'm not a grandmaster, but I do think that that it was the right shot.
I love you so much. All right, Jesse Gore does get the point lead back, but again, opens up the door a little bit for Jules to take back control of the leg. That was way off of where he was shooting.
Yeah, you can tell by his reaction. If you take the second dart there, the 16, might as well take the third.
Right, because otherwise that second dart does nothing.
Nothing. Yep. This is where Gates opens up the door a little bit, I think.
I think he might have slammed that door a little bit.
Yeah, it's crazy how just about maybe six shots ago we were talking about how Gates' team is kind of running away with it.
Mm-hmm.
And then within 3 turns it was tight again, and then boom, all of a sudden it's a 150-point lead again.
That last dart might turn out to be a big one. Do you open up the wedge first, or do you take away their wedges? That's always the gamble, right?
Yeah, I take away their wedges only because 9-15s only put you at 548. So if you take away both wedges, it's good. He's going to throw the 15, I think. And I would take the shot now. Now, Maya?
There it is. He goes 9 mark, 3 mark, 9 mark. You can tell how good of a time they're having back there.
Absolutely.
That's awesome to see. It's the finals here. They've been playing since 9 o'clock East or Central Time, and they're having a great time.
15.
Yep.
8-3. It's a little bit of a reach, but I've seen it happen before, especially if Jesse just hits 3 16s here.
One more of those will really close that door, and it does.
But only hitting 3 16s makes 8-3 a little more reasonable of a chance. Well, he didn't have a grip there, did he?
Yeah, I think after that first dart, for him to focus back in on this and do that, leaves it doable.
5-3. And last turn, Gates missed with his first 2 darts. I don't see it happening this time. I think it hits it.
Yeah, that first dart was a blocker for him, but he hits it on dart 3 anyway. What a dart! And for the first time in this tournament, the advantage goes to Jeremiah, Jesse, and Leonard, as they now are the team with the least amount of losses.
Yes, absolutely. What a format.
So if Johnny, Jules, and Mike lose this next match, they're out of this thing. If they win it, we just go to 1 leg of cricket for everything. I love it. I'm telling you.
But once again, that's exactly what we want.
It really is the brilliance of this format of the triple elimination brackets that you can only find with Partners Promoting Darts and Tournament Champions. It just evens everything out so much. So they're, again, trying to figure out the format. It's going to be the same format that they just played. It'll be cricket, 0-1 cricket, because the team with the least amount of losses only has 1 loss. So they play the 1-loss bracket side.
If we can, I think the next step here is to get the system to communicate with the CompuSport to automatically advance you.
Yep. You can see they're asking the expert with the pink hair there, the format that it should be. And hopefully he's correct. But he will be because he's played in this multiple times before.
Yes.
He runs the nationals and stuff like that, so he's going to be familiar with this completely.
But unfortunately, he's got his hand on his hip, and he's like, you know what? I don't know. I haven't made it this far, so
he's like, I'm a little teapot, short and stout.
Yeah, just ask someone else because I do not know, guys.
And what do I do with my hands while I'm talking to you guys?
Okay, I am here to just video. That's it.
Don't ask me, because if I'm wrong, I don't want to deal with the consequences of that, which is to shave my head and remove the pink that I just put in there.
Yeah, what do you guys think?
Look at the Hey Dudes. They match their pink with the pink hair. It's impressive, right?
It is impressive. And is that pink?
Oh yeah.
The Hey Dudes are pink?
They are.
Okay.
They have a nice pink hue to them. Again, the great thing is that all of these players are friends to where they can just talk this out. It might be a little bit more awkward if you've never met the team that you're playing in the finals before or something along those lines.
As Andy comes over and say, guys, come on, you got 2 minutes or else someone is losing. Show me one.
Jules is right now going, what, do you want to go first again on this diddle like you have been so far, or do you want to change it up? He's like, all right, I guess I'll go first again. Do you like going first or second on the diddle? Do you like that blocker dart? Yeah. I'm going to guess that was a bad dart based on his reaction.
Yeah, I like going first, especially against Gates. Gates hates going first.
Really?
Yeah, he always wants to see one.
Okay.
I feel like he focuses more. So if you ever have to have the choice with Gates, guys, always make him show. And if every diddle you win from now on against Gates, I expect a royalty.
They'll give you 10 cents on the 10 cents.
Boom. Goes the 10 cents light.
You didn't have to throw the "ite" on there at the end. It might have ruined it.
Whatever.
Forever. So now I can't say it anymore. All right, here we go. Thank you for that, by the way.
Yeah, no problem.
Race to 2. Again, the format should be the exact same. Cricket 0-1 cricket. At least someone liked the teapot reference. Starting off with cricket here, and it's Jules Van Dongen, who has just taken, honestly, the world stage by storm here recently with his averages in the PDC.
Oh, absolutely. He's making a much bigger impact than I did over there, and it's great to see. I'm not ashamed to say that at all.
I mean, how does it feel to finally catch on and just start winning some matches over there?
Oh, it's unbelievable, and I think we had kind of the same story. You know, I struggled the first year. He struggled the first year. He just told me that out of the first 30 matches he played in the PDC, he went out first round in the first 23.
I actually I know exactly where he got that information from. Mark Lacombe does a great job with stats, and I know that he just told us that stat too.
Okay.
It's he tracks, how they do in those player championships, because those are the most important for our North American dart players until they get in that top 64 and can play in a lot more of those events.
Absolutely, absolutely. I would like, if you're listening now, Mark, if you are on the chat, I want to know what mine was. Thank you in advance.
I don't think you want to know that. Sorry.
To be honest, I think it's a little better than 23 out of 30. But
probably.
But Jules is doing a way better second year than me. Way better.
I mean, he seems to just found it.
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
Confidence goes a long way, right?
He knows he belongs now, and that's what's important.
And I think other people do too.
Yes.
And I think that's also important.
Yep. Agreed.
Speaking of the handsome devil himself, there he is, Mr. Jules Van Dongen.
The twirl. So when you throw a dart that way and you twirl it, because I twirl my first one coming up to get it right, it has to be perfect or it just doesn't feel right.
Your barrel is very standard grip with a straight barrel.
It is.
Is that just in case that grip is a little bit off, it doesn't feel any different depending on where you're grabbing it?
Yep.
Because the most important thing is consistency.
That's
Mike
it.
Carter, big 7 mark there to regain control of this leg. Leg number 1. Right now the advantage has turned in favor of Jeremiah Millar, Jesse Gore, and Leonard Gates, who now still only have 1 loss.
That is correct. But if I'm not mistaken, Jules, Johnny, and Mike have won the first leg in every single set, and then went.
At least in the finals, have
Yes.
lost leg 3.
So if that's the case, let's get to leg 3 so we can see what happens.
Again, this format does favor leg 2 to go to the team that goes first. Although, honestly, Johnny, Jules, and Mike had an advantage there in that second leg to steal it and just could not get it done. Mike Carter missed the trip 14 on dart 2. Yeah, that took a little bit longer than Jules wanted it to switch. But he's a professional, so he just pauses for a second. Get rid of those 17s.
7-point lead there. I might have went 17 and then went to the point, but Jules did not, and Gates is looking to punish him with the 9 mark.
Yeah, that's how you do it right there if you're Leonard Gates. And Mike Carter now.
A lot of pressure on Mike.
You got to stay up there because you missed the double. You give him a chance to steal control. Must have been blocked after dart 2.
Must have been. I think Jeremiah is saying load up the 15s and see what Johnny does behind Jeremiah.
Yeah, a little bit of bad electrician syndrome in that round there for Jeremiah, just wiring the wrong side of the triple.
That's it. No matter what I do here, I would shut the 15 down.
He is not listening to you, but that'll do as well.
Just as good.
Yeah, it forces. Jesse was probably going to stay there anyway, but now he cannot think about closing one of those other numbers, even with the first 2. Oh, that's an unlucky third dart there on the other side of that wire. Oh, no.
We have so much confidence in ourselves. That's why we shoot the triple first, the 20, the point, because we just know we're not going to miss that close. We only need 2, and then that happens more often than not.
And every time that the door has been opened here for Leonard, he's walked right through it. Seven will do. Puts pressure back on Mike.
Here's a question for you. Is there a round limit on this?
I believe so. It's in. I was about to say in the CSE it's 20, so there you go. It's 20. But that was a great round there from Mike Carter.
Absolutely. Jeremiah again just saying, hey, I'm going to shoot the white horse here and force them to hit the 3.
I know he just asked Leonard. He's like, do you feel more comfortable with me hitting the white horse or the 4 bulls here?
He hates the 18.
Man, you just. I feel like you just voodoo dolled him there on dart 2.
He hates the 18.
All right, so if you're Johnny, in your mind, you go for it, right?
Yeah, I mean, if I was Johnny, I would
That's
have
a
just
safe
went
shot.
for it. It didn't matter. Very safe shot. Unnecessary in my eyes, but as he gives it to Jeremiah back there. I don't know if you saw that.
I love it. All right, so for leg number 1 here, and a must-win for Jules, Johnny, and Mike, and they've won it every time so far. Will the trend shift here?
Yeah, and they had an opportunity to shift the trend last set with Gates and Millar only opening up with 2 bulls each.
Yep.
So I don't expect that again from Gates and Millar. I expect them both to hit hat tricks. So
I think we get a perfect leg from one of these teams here.
Yeah, I think it's more apt to come from the first player, less pressure, and we'll see what happens.
So far, Stay in chalk. Because chalk for these guys is hitting.
Yeah, I don't understand that phrase, but we'll just run with it.
Like it's par for the course.
Oh, gotcha.
Maya, first one to miss. Still in the driver's seat as the team going first, though.
That is correct.
You're allowed to miss one of those bowls.
Ooh, that's a bad first start.
And that's why.
Just blocks you. Just blocks you. Bad position. Unlucky there. If it had just been one, even in that spot, you can just stay there. Even if you're 2 holes in, you can stay there. You don't have to move. So
You still have room up above.
exactly, that 1 hole really hurt you there. A lot of pressure on Johnny.
And more importantly, the pressure is completely off Jeremiah, Jesse, and Leonard to tie this up here.
Oh, yeah. They have 9 darts from here, from 287. And if you're giving me 9 darts, well, unless they go 180, 174. Which is
And
Jules.
Jules, he'll know that.
He'll know. He's going to go 180 here. He knows that's what he needs.
So he's going to look at the triples. Triples.
Yeah, triple
Triples.
20. Oh,
And
there
he
it
does
is,
hit
guys.
them.
Did y'all see that? Did y'all miss that one?
180 from Jules Van Dongen.
Oh, spotter. Sorry,
So-
guys. He flew over from the PDC.
And Maya's not going to hit this 137. Jeez.
How about a Hollywood finish here
I mean, this
to
is
force it?
this to go to the one leg of cricket. Just at least hit the first 2. Like, at least give us that satisfaction. He hits 9 marks all the time. It's just not one of those. Not anymore.
It's a lot of pressure.
Yep. Smart third.
All right, he should be going 6 here.
6 for bullseye.
6 bull. 6 bull, Jesse. Don't second guess this, buddy. Jeremiah, what are you doing? Jesse's in open for a reason, buddy.
They just like to talk it out. Jeremiah's a talker as a partner.
6 bull. Nice
There
and
it
easy.
is. Let's go to another last leg decider, buddy.
That's it. Here it is.
So far, this has favored Jeremiah, Jesse, and Leonard. Does it again? If it does, this match is over.
It is over. And Jules put it right in the double bull. And Gates is 1 hole out.
And we were going to feature Division 1 on board 2. This match, of course, going as long as it is, did not allow us to do that. But congratulations to our winners, Bobby, Jordan, and Tyler of Division 1. Good victory for those gents.
Once again, this is going to go at what point in time will they be able to shut that 20 down?
Well, it's going to take a hot minute now.
Still
a 9
might
mark
not,
start.
Yeah, like I said, if I go 57-57 here, I'm taking a shot at the 20.
Well, there's the first triple.
That's just me.
He does try to take away the high ground there. Man, I did not know you guys at your top level paid that much attention to it. Honestly. Like, I've always talked about it like that, right? But I did not know that that's where the attention was mainly played on the math here.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's why I credit the math and the strategy to 85% of my wins.
I know how I'm playing cricket from this point forward. I mean, I'm going to miss everything, but at least I know what I'm going to shoot at the right thing. Like, what would WWDD, what would Danny do? And at least as long as I answer that question correctly, that's all that matters, right?
Absolutely.
Of course, you're way more talented than me, so I probably shouldn't use your strategy.
Not way more. A lot more, just not way more. It's a good 7 mark by Jesse, just kind of keeping it in reach a little bit. Jules right here is going to shut the 17 down, but go 20 first because that's a momentum dart for him.
This is a must-win for Johnny, Jules, and Mike.
Look at that, 16. Nah, he said I'm going to stay on the 20. kind of just putting it out of reach, making sure that, hey, if I have the 20, you're never going to take a look at it.
You cannot lose this leg, right? So this is where you're going to see heavy pointing from the team, because the more points you have, you can't lose. You can't lose with more points than your opponent.
Sean, man, you hit that one right on the nose. Well done, buddy.
Just call me John Madden. The team with the most points at the end of the game win the game.
Shocking statistic. You've been on it. You've been on it, though. A 9 here, only 35 points down. And once again, this is a situation where Johnny is going to be like, you know what, let me just hurry up and shut this 15 down and hit 120 points.
No matter what, he did his job there.
He did, but so here it is. It's 6-3.
Yep.
If I hit the bull here, I'm going to 20. Especially you blocking it like that.
Yeah, but my partner's name is Jules Van Dongen.
That's it.
You know?
Yeah, absolutely. But it's 5-3, and no matter what, we've seen players miss this shot.
Of course. Hey, let's play one more leg of cricket.
Let's do it, buddy.
Here we go. We're going the entire way, which is all we could expect from this no cap. We said it from the get-go. We thought it was going to go to this point. Everyone watching along with us deserves this. Who wins the last leg decider, guys? This is it. Race to one. One game of cricket to decide the whole thing. 2 losses apiece. This is it. Is it Johnny, Jules, and Mike, or is it Jeremiah, Jesse, and Leonard? Let us know in the chat. Who do you got?
I think Jules will win the cork, and I think Jules' team will win.
I'll even step it up. I said I think Jules hits a 9 mark right off the gate.
So if he hits a 9, they win.
Yep.
What he can't do is start out with 5, because I feel like sometimes in those positions, when you know it's the last game, you stress it a little bit more, and I feel like that's when more 5 marks come. So I'm gonna go out on a limb here, and I'm gonna say that he opens up with a 5.
Would you say 5 or less actually is almost like now you're going second? If you're,
if your
opponent hits a 9 right after you, you are going second. Then.
Absolutely. The odds I'm right are very slim here, by the way, because it's Jules.
Yep. Oh.
Well, you can't hit a 5.
You get a double here for no reason.
Well, Mike would.
Only
but
4.
There it is.
I mean, and that's
the situation. Gates
is right back to Leonard.
Gates is gonna trip this 19 and lick his chops. Take your shot. No, okay. Which is that's odd there. You know, you took your shot when you're down 120. You're only down 1. Why not take your shot there?
I agree with you completely in that regard. I also really like pointing as much as possible in a very last leg. That's just how I would think about things. But again, I am not this level of player, so.
I think Jeremiah there's a saying again, if I trip the 19, I'm taking my shot. He's going to stay there now.
That gave him a 19, but you can see his tip is in the trip 7. Because that tip was not there before he shot that dart.
Was it not?
No. So you kind of get a little lucky that
I felt like it had to have been.
I don't think that tip was there.
I didn't see it.
Because it's very bright right now in that board.
I don't think Johnny. Will Johnny take a look at the 19? He has been. He's been the player that's taken the shot. He won't now. So if you're Gates' team, after the first rotation, you're going to be up in points most likely. That's a win.
Oh, absolutely. Look at this from Jesse Gore. Big 9 mark from the Floridian. Their third player did really well right there.
Their third player did amazingly well.
Difference might be Jules going 4-mark, 5-mark in his first 2 rounds.
Maybe. Gates likes to point in the last leg decider, so I don't think he looks at the 20 until – oh, yes,
Dart
he
2.
will. Look at that. Oh.
Well, that'll work. And they go 9-mark, 9-mark. And that's what happens when you play a team like Jeremiah, Jesse, and Leonard, is that if they get hot at the right time, it makes all the difference. But Mike Carter with another 9. That's the third 9-mark of the leg. Are you not entertained?
This is unbelievable. This is exactly what we wanted.
I mean, this is why the TOC exists. It's for these right here. So you have Maya responds as well. Did you look over?
I don't think so. Yeah. He missed it there, but I wouldn't have either. Not in the last leg. You got the bigger number, make them not be able to catch you with 2 triples, but he did miss, and it opens up the door for Johnny.
A 7-mark from Johnny Lackey.
This is a good leg.
Oh,
this is a good
wonderful.
leg.
This is exactly what we were looking for. This is round 6, and they're already over 500 points each for the most part.
Jesse's feeling it. Is he going to take the shot? No.
They're staying point. They're not really hero darting right now.
The only person that'll hero dart is Jules in this position. There it is. And I like that shot. I like that shot. Jen ready to catch the winning moments. Just got to stay there. 2 wedges down. Got to stay there.
Which is exactly why Jules did what he did. You force your opponent to do something. You're dictating what your opponent has to do.
If Mike trips the first dart here, does it close?
If I'm playing your style of game, absolutely I do.
He'll be at 629. Yeah, he'll be at 629. They can't point and shut everything down, I think. And that's what they're talking about right now is Gates and Millar.
Yeah, he looked at it on dart 3.
Shot at it, yeah. Smart shot. Smart play. Those 2 triples, though, is putting a lot of emphasis on Jeremiah not leaving the 19. And he's struggling.
Yeah, again, his follow-through is getting a little snatchy there. That's another unlucky dart on dart 3.
Yep, again. Johnny looks so calm back there. It's only 5 balls to 3 right now. Shut the 19 down first. I would.
You also have 2 wedges.
Yeah, absolutely.
But that's the worst thing you can imagine on the first 2 darts there. Yeah, he'll point the 18s. The 17s weren't working for him, so just look at that new target.
I wonder if Jesse still has his magnets in the trip 19.
Man, this is starting to get a little nervy. It started out hot, and now it's getting a little bit more nervy.
First event of the weekend, of the week. It's not nervy for Jules, though. He's built for these moments.
Oh. The Dutch Dragon is trying to single-handedly keep his team in control. Is this the moment?
It's the first time we've seen that.
Yep.
Do we get a come-on Gator after he smacks in a 9?
I would think that would be the perfect time for it. But he usually does that in a yelling. I think he just said point all day. Yep. And again, you lose the rhythm and
19 here.
You got rid of it, yep.
Yeah, got to at that point.
If the 17's blocked, go 18 here on dart 3. There it is. 3 singles, but
so this is where it kind of changes a little bit, right? You're in round 11.
Yep. Yeah, you're over halfway through the rounds.
Just point And that's what he's going to do.
That's why you saw him go right to opening up the new wedge.
Mm-hmm.
This is a race to one. This is for everything. Right here, right now. Finals of the no cap. What a great opening event here. Tournament of Champions in Kansas City, Missouri at the KCI Expo Center.
If I'm Jesse, I shut this. No, I don't shut it down, sorry. I point 16s here.
He's looking to close.
Oh, look at this.
Jesse
Oh,
Gore
my
at the right
goodness.
time. What
Oh,
a
my
moment.
goodness. Oh, Jules is not happy. I don't know if you saw the head shake.
Yeah.
Not happy, and then he's just going to bang in a 9.
Wow. And he's
There he
still
is.
not happy.
Yeah.
Is that too little too late, or is Gator going to open up the door? He's not going to open up the door. Of course, the very last leg decider goes
Is he
over
gonna go
1,000
15?
points.
Oh, my goodness.
Both teams are going to get over 1,000 points here, bud.
Yeah,
Very last
absolutely.
leg decider. You wouldn't have it any other way.
No. Mike's going to answer. Oh, he's got to shut it. Don't shoot the double. He did.
does, and he hits it.
He did.
Right on the bottom wire of it, too. Ooh, my goodness. Winning darts here for Jeremiah Millar. Double bull.
No, he's going to go bull first and then 15. And if he hits it, then he'll go back to the bull. If not, he'll close.
I'm
with
just saying, if
15.
he goes double bull first dart, he's going to stay there to get
No,
the
he
point
won't.
lead, and then he'll go 15.
I don't think so.
No, you think he'll try
I
to?
think he'll go bull. No matter what it is, he'll go 15.
Well, single bull does not give him winning darts anymore. But you were right on the close of the 15 zone dart, too.
And this is the moment. Does player 3 on
Yep.
Jules' team win it?
I mean,
He's been playing pretty well, but he's been a little suspect this last leg.
Jesse's been playing better in this leg, but doesn't matter if he hits 3 bulls here. One more. No! Oh, my goodness. So Jesse
Oh,
Gore is
my
going to get a look at
goodness.
this.
Snatched it down. Johnny was saying he was
He only
nervous.
needs 2.
Johnny was saying he was nervous. Did you see that?
Yep. So here we go.
I don't think he misses this.
To get it done, he's thrown so well in this
Yeah,
leg particularly.
Absolutely.
There's one. One more. And he gets it done. Wow, what a finals. Johnny, Jules, and Mike get second place. Jeremiah, Jesse, and Leonard take it down. You feel bad for Johnny Lackey there. You understand the situation and why it happens. First of all, it was the wire. It was an unlucky wire. And secondly, I mean, in that position, there's so much pressure on that third one.
Yeah, a lot of pressure. Pressure for all of us. And Johnny had played really well all day. And I hate that it came down to that. But what a match. That's exactly what we expected. Come down to the last leg. That's what we all wanted. And it gave everything there.
Absolutely. What a start. What a start.
I'm loving it. This is great.
It only gets better. That was just an open triples event, buddy, to go that distance. We still have the men's CSI tomorrow. We have the women's CSI on Sunday. We have the CDI as well. And then, of course, the TOC finale, which is going to be an amazing, amazing time. The mixed CDI is on Tuesday. The women's CSI is on Monday. Tomorrow, of course, the men's CSI. So a lot of fantastic events still left to go at the Tournament of Champions. My goodness. I'm Sean Green, joined by Danny Baggish. Danny, it's been absolutely a pleasure to have you in the booth with us so far. I feel smarter.
Listen, my advice doesn't work for everyone. But if I have advice for anyone, always have more points at the end of the leg.
It would always win that way. Man, what a match. Jesse Gore shot phenomenal.
That was the best match and the best two teams in this event, and they proved it there. And yeah, it was great. It gave us everything, and wow, what a win for all of us.
Absolutely. Which, let's be honest, they won money, but we're the real winners.
The viewers are the real winners to hear our voice.
At least yours.
100%.
All right. Well, we'll be back tonight for doubles, open doubles, which is only going to bring more amazingness So we will see you guys in a few hours. Sean Green, Danny Baggish, joined, of course, by Will Stewart, Jen Mounts, and Nick Dichiria in the background. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, guys.